Assalamu alaikum. Here's 4. Oh, that's 8. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Here's. I'm just no. Come on. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, fellow. Assalamu alaikum. Here's 4 reasons why you should donate to IDC. Reason number 1. IDC is the only full-time Dawah organisation in the northeast of England. Brothers and sisters, Dawah, sharing the message of Islam with non-Muslims, is an obligation. We have been dedicated to doing this for over 20 years, whether it be on the streets, in schools, organisations, events, exhibitions and much more. Please help us to continue doing it for another 20 years. Reason number 2. We challenge stereotypes and remove misconceptions. Through our many interactions with the non-Muslim community, we change people's perceptions of Islam for the better. We meet so many people who have a huge misunderstanding about what Islam is. There is so much misinformation, lies and hatred about Islam. Our goal has always been to combat these head on. Reason number 3. We support new Muslims. Alhamdulillah, from our dawah, we have many people who accept Islam. Our new Muslim support team helps new Muslims in their journey, from the moment they take their shahada to educating them about the basics and integrating them into the Muslim community through special social gatherings. We can also support them financially through Ya Zakah if they are in dire need. Reason number 4, taking the burden off you. I said that dawah is an obligation. It is an obligation. It's an obligation to tell non-Muslims about Islam. If you can't do it for yourself, then support us so that we can do it for all of us. Please go to supportidc.com and help us to continue our work.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, brothers and sisters. Welcome to our live stream. If you were expecting Jordan, apologies, I'm not Jordan. I'm Sahel from the Islamic Diversity
Let's
Center.
get Jordan on, man, if he's free.
If Jordan is watching, let's get him on. So, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sister Nazmi. Welcome to the live stream. Alhamdulillah, please do share and like this. But we've got a live stream today, a bit of a late show kind of live stream. I don't know if you guys tuned in yesterday, so we've got another one going on today. Let me introduce who I have with me today. All right, I've got with me brother Abu Tayeb. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
And brother Abbas.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are we doing, bro?
I'm alright. How are you, bro?
I'm just enjoying this whole little camera thing you got going on there.
Oh, it's not bad, is it? This is behind the scenes type of a
That's
camera.
like the producer side,
and then
yeah.
we've got like these guys who are live in the studio. All right, people who is please do tune in. Please do share and like. So we're going to talk a little bit about Ramadan coming up. We're into the last 10 nights, lads. Well,
not yet.
Into the last tomorrow, right?
Not sure.
Tomorrow night.
I thought it was Tuesday.
Tomorrow night, I think it is.
Yeah, another night precedes the day. I know that, but another night precedes the day. So
yeah.
We have that little
so I'm assuming it's tomorrow night. It has, yeah.
Sorry, subhanAllah, Nazmi's a brother. My apologies, Nazmi.
How bro?
Apologies, brother. Assalamu alaikum. Nazmi always joins our stream, like,
mashallah.
Mashallah, tabarakallah. No, mashallah, dedicated follow to brother Jordan M. As soon as see the live stream, mashallah.
May Allah bless you, brother.
Brother Nazmi joins in there.
Share it, Nazmi, share it.
Supporter of ours as well, alhamdulillah.
Very good.
Brother Nazmi, appreciate that.
And share the link, Nazmi, bro. Share it with your friends and family.
Yeah,
Let's get them on.
Alhamdulillah.
Tuned in.
So hold on. Are we on what night are we on today?
So
let's work it out, man.
Either way, it has come round really quick. I think it's one of the quickest Ramadans.
Bro, I always say every year, man. I always say every year. As soon as it starts, I guarantee you it's going to go so quick that you're not even recognize how quick it went.
Yeah, it's fun. Like,
always happens.
Especially for me, because like I said, the first week for me was written off completely.
Yeah.
So like I started second weekend.
Why was it written off for you, bro?
COVID.
Oh.
I Corona the first week. I was mashed. I was.
Did they mess you up?
Mashed. I was. First few days I was mashed. So I couldn't even go to masjid.
Subhanallah.
Keep away from it.
Yeah, you don't want to be spreading that vid, bro.
So subhanallah, but I said it's like we're on the last few, like last 10 nights now.
Yourself, bro.
Yeah, last 10 nights now, and it's like it's just gone, and subhanallah. I mean,
it's day 18 today.
So yeah. 19 tomorrow.
So 19th night is now. 19th day is tomorrow. 20th night is on Monday night, man. I told you.
We're coming into 20
We're coming into the last 10. I think you guys are mixing it up with the last odd nights. in the last 10 days.
Yeah.
That's what people mainly look out for. But it's actually the last 10 nights is blessed, guys. Honestly, you need to make the most of all the 10 nights, not just the odd nights.
I don't even know what day it is to start with them, man.
Fair enough.
I'm not mixing
Fair
any
enough.
days up. I just don't know what day it is to start with.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, but alhamdulillah.
So, brothers and sisters, if you don't know who we are as the Islamic Diversity Centre, we are a bunch of Geordies from the northeast of England, based in Newcastle upon Tyne. You saw the video. I don't know if you saw the video just before. Some of the reasons, some of the stuff that we do. We are a charity, like I say, a dawah organisation. We're the only full-time dawah organisation in the northeast of England. And as you know, like many charities that do this kind of work, we are in need of donations and funds so we can continue the work that we do. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about IDC, I'm sure these guys will tell you a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we are a small charity. You have to add that. And in Ramadan, a lot of charities are basically asking for money. This is their main time to get their donations, sadaqah, zakat, and so on and so forth. And what you normally find is, and I've been flicking through all the channels, on Sky and all that sort of stuff. So you've got a lot of the big charities who are on there, and that's usually because they can afford to be on there. Whereas the smaller charities not necessarily able to go on the big platforms. So we have to appeal to, the local community, those whom we can, who follow us on online, and we don't have the reach compared to some of the bigger ones. Now, I'm not saying don't give to the big charities. Of course, if you trust the charity, if you believe them to be transparent, and you believe them to be doing the work, and you think the money is going to where it should go, then Bismillah, give your money to them. There's a few charities that I personally, support myself outside of IDC, and I recommend people, some big charities, some small charities, and I always make sure that I, check their work, make sure that I know where my money's going. And by the way, I'm not one of those people who say it has to be 100% donation policy. I understand. I mean, it's better if it is, of course, but I understand that's not always the case. You can't always have 100% donation policy because you need the charities to have some of your money to pay for the overheads and admin and all that sort of stuff. As long as it's within reason, like a reasonable amount, right? So this is where I think the difference is. So for me, when I give to charity, I'm not necessarily looking at how much of my money goes to the actual place, but as long as it's done correctly, transparently, and there's accountability for that charity, and I trust them, then I'm going to give my money to them. So there are a lot of charities out there, and everyone's asking for it. So of course, we as a charity, a very small charity, are also going to appeal and ask for your donations. And I think, everyone has the right to do that and give it where they think where they're comfortable to give it. So for us, tell us, Abbas, a little bit about what is it that IDC does in the Northeast, and why we're asking for people's money. Why are we doing that?
So before we get into that, the point that I like to make is that for my zakat, when I do my zakat, I know exactly how much I need to give.
Yeah.
And I like to separate it. So I know exactly where I'm going to put it. I divide it and say, I want to give some for the humanitarian causes, some for the dawah, and I know exactly it's going to benefit as much as I can. And there goes the lights again. That's
what we need your money for.
See, we don't even have lights, bro.
So I think it's just being sensible with the money that you're going to give, because you're going to give charity in Ramadan. You want to get the most reward out.
Yeah, mix it up. You can. I mean, but here's an interesting one though, Abbas. Right? It's easy. I don't know what it is, but in fact, let's ask the audience why it is, right? But it's easier for people to give to humanitarian causes internationally than it is to give your money locally to local projects. Why is that? Right? Because you've got, this is an interesting conversation, because you've got big organizations, international organizations, humanitarian causes, but then you've got, this is my personal view, you've got responsibilities in your own community that we have to support and make sure that they're doing their programs. I'm not just talking about Newcastle. In every city, you'll have local projects who are doing good work. You'll have, I mean, this is the way that I look at it. We are responsible for our own selves, our families, our neighbors, our communities, like local communities, then regionally, then nationally, and then concentric circles outwards, basically, is what I'm saying, right? And this is what we'll be asked about on the Day of Judgment.
Yeah.
Did you do in that particular order? Because there's a principle that I believe in, which is you're only responsible for what you have ability over, right? And yes, you could argue we have the ability to help people internationally, etc. And we do. That's true. We do in this global village that we're living in. But then if everybody's giving internationally, and I'm not saying don't give internationally, but if everybody's giving internationally, who's funding the local work, right? Who's funding the work that is on your doorstep? Who's funding the work that's doing the Islamic youth work to save our kids here on our doorstep? Who's doing the work which is inviting or explaining and educating non-Muslims to Islam in your neighborhood? Who's doing the work to support the new Muslims who are in your communities or coming to your communities and need to be educated on how to integrate them into our communities? Who's supporting that work? Because you could argue, well, you don't need any support. People should just do that. But the reality is people aren't doing that. That's why organizations like ours exist in the first place, right? Yeah. So for me, my priority would be fund your local activities first and then give elsewhere. Split it up though, but proportionally. And where did I learn this? I learned this from Sheikh Riyad. He made a very good point about zakat in particular. Sheikh Riyad from Kuwait is a finance specialist. He specializes in zakat and Islamic finance and things like that. And he made a very interesting point based upon the hadith that everybody knows, the hadith of Mu'adh ibn Jabal, when he sent, radiallahu anhu, when the Prophet sent Mu'adh to the Yemen. And he said, when you go there, call the people to La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, meaning the Shahada. Once they accept that, then teach them the Salah. Once they learn the Salah, then teach them about the Zakat. And this is the interesting point. He said, take the Zakat from their rich and give it to their poor. He didn't say take the Zakat and bring it back to us. He said, take the Zakat from their rich people and give it to their poor people. And then he talked about the Siyam in Ramadan, the fasting in Ramadan and Hajj. So in order, he went through what should be done. And he took the principle from there, and this is what he taught me. He said, so therefore, when you give zakat, who has the most right on your zakat? It's those in your vicinity, those in your locality. Because the whole purpose of zakat is to keep the money flowing in your community, right? So this is an interesting point for me. When you give charity, my personal opinion, again, there may be varying opinions on this, is that you give your charity to your local. And in fact, we know that the Prophet said, give to your family first who are in need. When he talked to Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, right?
Yeah.
So he said, give to your family first, those who are poor in your family, those who are struggling in your family, and then give it to those outside. Again, concentric circles, because that's that's your responsibility. That's what you'll be accountable for. So the same for me applies here. Give locally to your local projects, to your local masajid, to your local dawah organizations, to your local youth projects, to your local women's refuges, whatever it might be. Yeah. Give it locally first, and then help others outside of that. But then there's the other side of the coin, which is, well, who's most in need? If there's an earthquake in Turkey and Syria, they've lost everything.
Yeah.
Like literally everything.
Yep.
At least we've got a roof over our heads. Okay, we might be struggling, but they've lost everything. So then the counter argument may be, well, they need it more than us, so give it to them, right? But so it's an interesting discussion to have. It's an interesting conversation.
It's that balance, it's finding that right balance where you are helping those that are abroad, but also helping your own community. And I think everyone knows their own means, and obviously to live with their own means and give what they can. And like I said, we're not asking people to be dropping 50, 100 grand here and there. We're saying whatever you can give, whether it's a fiver, whether it's a tenner, to just contribute to whatever you can to help us keep going.
See, I think there's something about that, bro. And I think especially in this month, right? In this month, I mean, I know many people. I think the mentality should be something like this: every night, look to donate somewhere, right? Because you want to maximize your rewards. You want to put something in front of Allah, right? And this is an opportunity where you can put something in front of Allah. And so you have an opportunity every night to give a little somewhere. So, I mean, for me personally, especially in the last 10 days or the last 10 nights, I know people try and allocate or do like, your automated charity that goes out. I'm kind of like, I prefer not to do it, but I prefer to kind of like
know when you're giving it.
Do it actually there and then physically doing it. Yeah. But I think look, you want to give something in front of Allah. Now, I say this to my kids all the time, is that, especially in this month, like, what have you put forward in front of Allah today, right? Put something in front of Allah today. Put something in front of Allah, all of your good deeds. Show Allah your good deeds for today, so you've got those good deeds in front of Him. So it's like, that would be an opportunity for you to do the same thing. Now, tonight is an opportunity here, brothers and sisters who are listening, who are tuned in. It's an opportunity here for you to put something in front of Allah today. And that would be to, donate, inshallah, to this organization, ourselves who are in front of you today, asking for funds so you can support the dawah work that's happening in the northeast of England.
What's our target for tonight's sale?
Good question. What do you want to target?
Well, we've been doing £1,000 for each live appeal, so
let's put £1,000.
I think we should do £1,000 again. Let's see if we can hit that.
Okay.
For the next couple of hours while we're here.
All right. So, brothers and sisters, we have £1,000 target. Okay. So, inshallah, if you can help support our work, support the dawah work, support IDC, go to the link below, supportidc.com. And make a donation, inshallah. Make a donation so that we can
come on as well. Let us know when you made a donation, man. Let's give them the link. Let them come on. Let them.
Link's right there. Hold on,
let them share. Let them jump on the stream as well if they want. And
bro, you're more than welcome to jump on the stream.
Have you got any comments or anything,
brother Hassan?
Producers,
Hassan.
Have we got any comments coming through?
No, it's just got a few bits of salams here. Oski,
okay,
what are you doing? Oski.
Anyways, while you're trying to get producer Sab on there, one of the things that is most important is that if there are people out there that can't actively give dawah, they don't have the skills, they don't have the confidence, they don't have the time, the least they can do is to support people that are doing it. Because like I said, we had this conversation yesterday, is that it's our responsibility living in this country, in a non-Muslim country, to be given dawah.
Well, let's explain what dawah is first of all.
Go for it.
Dawah linguistically is to call or to invite, right? From the Islamic perspective, as we know, we are calling and inviting to Islam. Calling and inviting people to worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone with no partner. Okay? That's essentially what dawah is. We are inviting people from kufr to Islam. We're inviting people to, and our job is to convey that message in the most beautiful way that we can, in the most appropriate way that we can, which will open the doors and make it easier for people to come closer to the truth. Okay? That's what we understanding as dawah. And, some people, they're made to do this. Some people, it's a bit more difficult, challenging for them to do that. Doesn't mean they can't be involved in the dawah. And the dawah, why is it so important? Because this is exactly what all of the messengers and prophets came to do. That's their job description, essentially. So if you want to really, truly walk in the footsteps of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then we have to be involved in dawah. There's no other way, right? And of course, there's some prerequisites, making sure your intentions are correct, making sure you get knowledge, or at least a baseline level of knowledge where you're able to convey, as the Prophet said, convey from me, even if it's only one ayah.
Well, Kid, I'm going to have to stop you there for a second.
Why?
We've had an announcement for a donation.
MashaAllah, go on.
We've had a donation of, look at that. New donation alert. My producer is on point today.
Nice.
Well done. No,
Nice.
well done. Hassan, well done.
So come on, let's hear.
Okay,
Let's see what you're
sorry.
gonna say.
The donation is for £140
Oh,
from,
wow,
Mashallah,
from
Allahu
Auntie
Akbar.
Khalda Rafi.
Oh, mashallah.
Mashallah, may Allah bless her and
Ameen.
her family.
May Allah bless her and her family.
Ameen.
We have another donation
Oh,
Okay,
wow,
good.
from Auntie Lubna Barakat for £100.
Oh, wow,
Mashallah, Allahu Akbar.
Alhamdulillah.
So £240.
So we're on £240.
Alhamdulillah.
Barakallahu
So
feekum
about
from
quarter
Brother
of the way
Muhammad.
there already,
Brother
man.
Muhammad, assalamu alaikum. How are you, bro? Hope you're
Muhammad.
well.
Which Muhammad?
I don't know. Is Muhammad Al-Mukhtar? Barakallahu feekum. Wafiq. Jazakallah khair. Student of knowledge. 140. Amazing news.
Mashallah.
MashaAllah. So we've got
Come
student
on,
knowledge.
guys. If you're watching this, guys, then share the link. You know, if you're commenting, share the link. Keep commenting, by the way. Keep encouraging people to donate. Share the link so people can view it as well from your friends and families. And let's try and get some more donations. Let's try and hit our target of £1,000.
All right, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, jazakallah khair, brothers and sisters. Please do share the stream, share the link out right now. Student of knowledge, I know you're listening. Share that stream right now. Brother Muhammad, please share this stream right now so people can tune in. We are looking to raise £1,000. It's not a lot. Let's be honest, let's be frank, it's not a lot. Inshallah, we can raise this £1,000. So far, we're on 240. Please help us to continue to raise. 760 left to smash the target. Help us to smash this target, brothers and sisters. Please go to supportidc.com and please let it be known. Let us know whether you've made a donation or not, so we can tally that up as well, inshallah. Unless let me see if I can get our finance officer on the phone, so he can actually let us know as well. I'll give him a shout.
Yeah, good. And I think let's put a question out there for the audience to share some. Let's get them engaged a little bit, right? So get them to share how their Ramadan's been going. Let's start with that. Let's start nice and easy.
We'll get that up there, but then while we're waiting for that, we'll just quickly talk upon where the money is, or what.
Good idea.
What they're actually buying into.
Yeah.
So when you give your donations, what they're actually buying into. So if you want to do the question first, we'll get that out there.
Yeah, let's get the question out there and we'll start explaining.
The question, brothers and sisters, is how's your Ramadan going so far?
Yeah.
Let us know. We're coming up to near the end. Last 10 nighs.
Yep.
So how's your Ramadan been going so far?
2/3 almost.
Have you done enough? Right? And if you haven't, what's your plan for the last 10 nights? All right, let us know in the comments. Please put them in the comments there and let us know so we can read them out. Inshallah, maybe you can inspire other people as well, that you've done something or that you're going to be doing something. And inshallah, it'll inspire others as well. So let's get your inspirations going. Let's inspire others. Let's inspire each other to be amazing in these last 10 nights. Brother Muhammad's from Guinea-Bissau.
Guinea-Bissau, yeah, Guinea-Bissau, mashallah. Who's that, Muhammad?
You're saying like you know where that is.
I know where that is. South Africa?
Well, I could have told you that. It's in West Africa.
West Africa.
Guinea-Bissau. Oh, yeah, Guinea-Bissau. I knew that. Yeah.
Guinea-Bissau, man.
Anyway, yeah, it's in West Africa. Brother Muhammad, mashallah, all the way from West Africa.
Represent, bro.
What time's it over there? I must be late, bro.
No, I think Africa is on pretty much the same time zone as
It's completely south.
EU, UK.
Completely south.
I think so.
Okay, cool. So, got that question out there.
Yeah, how's your Ramadan going?
Yep.
Have you done enough? If not, what's your plan for these last 10 nights? How are you going to smash it? How are you going to smash the Ramadan in the last 10 nights? Just like we want to smash this £1,000 target.
Yep.
Please make a donation. Go to supportidc.com.
Supportidc.com.
It's about just hitting about 12 o'clock now. So we'll give it half an hour. We'll let the questions come in, then we'll go back to that.
All right.
So this next half an hour, we'll talk in depth now about IDC, the charity that we've all been involved in, and we'll go through the different projects that we have going. So we'll start with the actual Dawah stall.
Yeah.
We'll go into the actual exhibitions.
Yeah.
And into the education side of that as well. So the Dawah stall, subhanAllah, man. I sent last week when we did the fundraiser, was a week before. I sent Sonny a picture from 10 years ago when I first started IDC. And I started on the soup kitchen, but on the main projects, because I'm kind of that person that, like, you know how you mentioned before, that there's some people that can give dawah and some people that can support the dawah.
Yeah.
So me and Ajaz are those two types of people. I'm the person that can stand there and talk to people.
Yeah.
And have that.
Actually, you've got a good knack for that. Actually, to be fair.
Build a relationship.
Yeah.
Jazz is the type of person that will organize everything behind the scenes. Make sure it's running and doing how it should. So we kind of bounce off each other. So that was.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit, right? Because you were a young lad when you joined, right?
Yep, 19, I think I was.
19, right?
Proper wet behind the ears and all.
So, and this is one of the things that actually I'm proud to say that IDC is good at is getting the youth involved.
Definitely.
You know, because obviously we want to help and support our youth, and I'm one of those who believes that getting the youth involved in dawah is a way to get them to take more pride in their identity and to grow in their Islam, and to learn more and study more about their deen, and then go and share it with others, right? So I think that one of the things that I'm actually quite proud of with regards to IDC is how we've managed to engage young people in the region and get them involved and give them some level of purpose even. So share how you got involved with IDC and why you did in the first place as a young lad. You could have been out there doing all sorts of nonsense, but why did you come to IDC?
He got that face of silly. He was like,
man's getting up so.
Anyways, so I think, like I said, I just started practicing fully. So age of 19, just started practicing fully. And Jazz was a part of IDC before I was.
That's right.
And I knew of you guys.
And I remember Jazz when he came, when he was still studying at university, we met him because we used to have a little bookstall outside the university after Jummah, outside the prayer room. And that's where we met Jazz as well for the first time. So he was still a young lad as well.
Yeah, that full head of hair.
That's right. Yeah. Jazzy, if you're watching, bro.
Jazzy not watching. Jazzy's sleeping, bro. Jazzy is asleep.
It was I'd spent a bit of time out in Dubai and kind of come back to the deen when I was in Dubai.
Yeah, mashallah.
During Ramadan in Dubai, and I'd come back, and I was at that point where either I kind of drop it again or I carry on going into the deen.
So it was that crossroads, wasn't it?
It was crossroads for me. It was.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah, Jazz had that connection with you guys. And it was one of those things where, I just took that step. I seen the soup kitchen project, and I was like, you know what? I'll try it. It's a project. I mean, I know it's not going to be something too deep. It's a project I can go and do a bit of charity, meet the boys, and see what they're about. And then from there, like I said, it felt at home. And then once I kind of started doing more and more of the projects, and then the classes that followed, it gave me my identity as a Muslim. So with the classes that we did, the Aqidah classes, the Dawah, I mean, me studying some of the other brothers, we used to do our Friday night thing where we used to get food.
Dawah night.
We used to Dawah night, we used to halakas. And it really gave me that identity as a Muslim. And with that came the confidence to be able to talk. So that confidence within me, it really built it. And I was confident in going out, being on the Dawah store, talking to people about Islam, knowing who I actually was and why I believe in what I believe. Because to be honest, like I said, myself at 19 and the people I was surrounded with, Islam was just something my parents did, something family did. And it was culture.
So it's cultural more than it was, than a way of life.
It's a shame that I thought like that, but 100% I believe that there's a lot of other youth out there now that have that same belief that it's more cultural now than the deen. And this is why we need projects like IDC and the masjid, is to engage with the youth and to be there at the forefront, giving dawah, and to teach people how to give dawah. Because even though it might be teaching people how to talk about Islam, by doing that, you create an identity for themselves to kind of reinforce the belief in themselves. It's a good way of teaching yourself your deen while you're learning how to teach other people your deen. And it's a very important skill to have.
Yeah, of course. I think so. I think it's one of those things where we have a responsibility as a community, as an organization, to ensure that. You got a donation?
We have a donation, a new donation alert. 1 second. My producer Sab is telling me what it's still on, mate.
My apologies, I cut you off the other day, but
that's good. It's good.
It's when Sonny gets
it's all good, bro.
I've got a donation from Auntie Abid Wakar for £50.
Yes.
Allahu Akbar, mashallah.
Allahu Akbar, alhamdulillah.
Mashallah,
Jazakallah
mashallah.
hamdi.
Oh,
Yep.
I've got another one
Oh.
from Dr. Amina for £50.
Oh, mashallah.
Allahu Akbar.
Alhamdulillah. So that's
Jazakallah.
another £50, £100 donation that's not there. Alhamdulillah.
May Allah bless them and their
Takbir.
families.
Allahu Akbar.
What about comments? What we got for comments?
You
yeah?
don't do the takbir. It's like, takbir.
Allahu Akbar. Oh, it's late, man. I'm knackered.
It's brilliant.
You know what it is? I'll tell you something. We asked the question, how's
Why
everyone's
is it
Ramadan?
that takbir thing though? Right? You have takbir.
Okay,
Allahu Akbar.
we asked the question.
Sorry,
How is everyone's Ramadan going? SubhanAllah, my sleep schedule's messed up. You know, it's like it's all over the place at the moment, and I think that's the hunger and the thirst isn't a problem for me. It's the sleep schedule that really gets
Yeah,
me.
but that's everyone, man.
But
It really does.
So for me, like, I do look forward to Ramadan, like, you know, the spiritual.
Husky, how your question of is it sleep? What's the thing that's hitting you hardest? The lack of sleep or the lack of food?
So
What's that comment?
I'll come to it. Allahu Akbar. Takbir.
Allah Akbar.
What comments we got? Let's have a look.
No, but on a point,
Ramadan is going what?
Right. Merciful servant. Ramadan is going well. Merciful servant. Like the merciful servant.
Is that like the channel Merciful Servant, or is that just an individual called Merciful Servant?
Ramadan is going well. I have not done enough, but I am planning to hit the last 10 nights hard. I would like to do itikaf, but I'll spend the nights in the masjid, inshallah. All right.
Inshallah.
Yeah, I think
May
that's
Allah
it.
makes it easy for you.
I mean.
I think a lot of people like that, isn't it? It's they don't feel like.
Are you done itikaf before?
not much, no.
Bro, you should do it, you know.
Why
I've
should
done
you
this,
do
huh?
it? Why should you do it? Explain.
I like to do it in Alexa.
Yeah, it's good.
I've heard,
Just do it. It's
I've
good.
heard people going on trips to Alexa to do the.
Papa, you got
Yeah,
yeah,
I know
eat
that,
down the
but
road?
the exclusive app, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I get that.
Yeah, no,
So I've seen trips that are specifically for that.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think they're going this year because it's
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff going on there, isn't it?
May Allah protect our
I
brothers
mean,
and sisters.
you know what?
all
Why is
around
it
the
every
world.
year
Same
in
thing.
Ramadan
Same thing.
they have to desecrate and really? I don't know, man. It's every single year it seems
Well,
to be
obviously,
happening.
yeah. I think
It's
that would be the
disgusting, man. It's out of order.
that
to
would be the
honest.
time for them to do if they were going to do it any time.
It's out of order, man.
Of course it is,
It's out
but
of order.
Yeah. But back to this Ramadan. So I was going to say before. So I look forward to Ramadan, you know, the spiritual side and, you know, that feeling of Ramadan. But Abdul Rahim yesterday said it, and I'm with him, but I really don't like fasting.
You don't like fasting, man?
Like fasting.
I don't mind it, you know. You know
My
what it is.
missus will 100% be on that same wavelength because I am one moody git, bro. I get hungry. But, you know, I like Tarawih, I love my Tarawih.
Yeah.
I've been to the masjid now for Tarawih. I look forward to that connection.
Isaac, did you go Isaac?
I look for him. That was an African brother that was doing today. It's fine. You know, when you stood there and you have that
Yeah, man.
recitation going.
Yeah, man.
I love it. But during the day when I'm fasting,
I don't know. I don't
no, bro,
mind it.
I'm with AT. I don't mind
Nah, bro.
the lack of food, man. I'm easy with the lack of food. To be honest, there's been a few.
Yeah.
Where I haven't woke up, and you know that when you get like this, can you hear it?
Yeah.
That you get that feeling, yeah. So there's been a few like that where I haven't had food, but I've been alright with it. To be honest with you, I haven't. It's not been an issue, massive issue. What has been the issue is probably the sleep pattern. Matches me up.
See, that's
what
really-
hits me harder. The sleep. Question for everyone. Question for you listening.
Go on.
What hits harder, lack of sleep or lack of food? All right. We've also have a guest joined us.
Who's joined?
Sister Yusra has joined us.
MashaAllah, Sister Yusra.
Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'll tell you what, so let me just introduce Sister Yusra. She's one of our main volunteers here at IDC. And she's got an interesting story to tell as well, because she's not only one of our key volunteers, but she's also a revert to Islam.
Oh, mashallah.
And she's mashallah, really committed and dedicated to the da'wah work.
Okay.
And she attends all our events. She volunteers at the front line, behind the scenes.
Mashallah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
How's your Ramadan been going, Sister Yusra?
Alhamdulillah, going great. Like you said, my problem is not food, is not water, is sleep. It's,
There you go.
they sleep going crazy now.
Yeah, I think everybody's feeling that.
Yeah, during day is hard. It's hard to be awake. During night, I be awake. It's hard to sleep. So I don't know. Very
Everyone's
crazy.
wide awake during the night, sister. It's like after Fajr. Look, after Fajr. What is it with after Fajr? Talk to me about after Fajr. Why can I not get back to sleep after Fajr?
Bro, you know what was last night? We had that doner kebab last night while we were here. Bro, I got home. I was staring at my ceiling till God knows what time.
Bro, what is it with not being able to sleep after
But
Fajr?
you see, for me, the daytime is not a problem because I'm very busy during the day anyway. Always on the runaround. That's why I probably don't feel the fast as much. And I'm awake because I'm always running around like a headless chicken doing stuff. So the daytime is not a problem. For me, it's straight after iftar. That's when it hits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's when it hits me, man. I'm like,
you probably eat well though. don't you?
no, not really. I mean, the
You get the
tiredness
itis.
catches up. The tiredness catches up with me. After Maghrib.
My problem during the week that I go to the office in Newcastle in IDC. I wake up to Fajr, I pray Fajr. After Fajr, the sleep gone. When it's like 7, 8 a.m., I feel asleep again. So I need to wake up like 8:30, and I'm sleeping, fight with the bed to get up to take the train. So this time is very hard. When you are in IDC, we are so busy, alhamdulillah. It's a lot. And these weeks that we had a lot of shahadas was wonderful. See,
that is true, you know.
Sisters coming, do the shahada, crying, so happy to be with us. So this was wonderful. So we forgot about food, about water, about sleeping. It's wonderful during the day.
That's
But
very true.
when we go back
re-energizes.
home, when we go back home after iftar, the body is gone.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Sister Yusra, tell the audience why they should donate to IDC. Why IDC? What's so special about IDC? Why should people donate towards our cause for this live appeal tonight?
So the importance of IDC to all the new Muslim, even to the people that born a Muslim and work in IDC, because it's a job that we do and we receive. We see a lot of sisters. Like now we had I think around 20 shahadas last month and this month.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's sisters that come from all families that don't know about Islam. We have sisters that they cannot tell the family that they are Muslim, and now they feel lonely because a lot in my situation, I lost all my friends. When I become Muslim, and here is very important. We have the support from Muslim family. And the IDC teaching the real Islam to the sisters, to the brothers that become Muslim. IDC show us the right way to Islam, because we know that have a lot of misunderstanding about Islam. And IDC is here to give the support for the new Muslim, for the new sisters and brothers, and the sisterhood, the brotherhood, because we feel lonely. But there we have a brother and sister that be with us all the time we need. And it's not only the support, psychological support, spiritual support. We have the physical support to sisters that need support with. Sometimes they're being kicked out from the house. The family kick the sisters out and they have no way to go. They come to IDC and ask help, and then we are there to help them. We do our best to help them. We are their family, we are their support. So this is IDC. And I invite anyone around the UK or even outside from the UK to come to Newcastle, visit us, visit IDC, be part of us, be together with us, see the work that the brothers do in this town, in the city center, in Newcastle city center. Every week they are there talking about Islam, show people what is Islam, not what media tell them, but show the real Islam. We are there. So we do workshops in school, we do exhibition and in a lot of places, like we did in the city library in Newcastle. So we are there showing people what is Islam. People understand that Islam is peace. Islam is the religion of Allah, of God. So this is IDC. and we are open for everyone to come and see us and see what we are doing. Everyone that wanna come to Newcastle, go to the IDC, to the website. There you see the phone number. Do you see the address? Do you see all work we do? We are in YouTube. We are in Facebook. We have Instagram. Now we are in TikTok, and you go there and you can see what we are doing. So this is important for non-Muslim and the Muslim too, because we are showing to the non-Muslim what is the real Islam. We are showing them the truth about Islam without no lies. Follow the Quran and the Sunnah.
Brilliant. Jazakallah khair, sister. That was a brilliant thing. I said,
summed it up nicely, really.
Brilliant, really summed up nicely.
Well, yeah.
So here we go.
On that note, I've got some donations.
Oh,
MashaAllah, Allahu Akbar.
Alhamdulillah, I've got some donations coming. So a donation from Auntie Shamim Maqsood for £50.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu
Takbir.
Allahu Akbar.
All right, and we have another donation from Sharia for £20.
Alhamdulillah.
And there's a note here that says, and our youngest daughter from a 14-year-old orphan child on behalf of his 3 brothers, sister, and mum, £20, please. Make dua for the family. They are all the students of our teacher, Auntie Fatima here, as well, mashallah. His only sister, 13-year-old, has memorized 1 juz of the Quran and is still going well, alhamdulillah. I'm very proud of these children. Please record the dua so I can send them to encourage them. Please make dua for them, brothers.
I'll let you go for that, bro. No, bro, I'm going to let you go for that one.
I know the family, actually. May Allah bless the family and all those who have donated. Especially, look, this is what we want. We want the young children to learn why charity is so important. And she basically saved up from her pocket money to make a donation.
MashaAllah.
So may Allah bless those children to be righteous children. They're orphans, by the way. And may Allah bless them to be good, strong, practicing Muslims when they grow up. And represent this deen in the best way that they can, inshallah.
May Allah protect them, may Allah keep them safe, may Allah raise them to be righteous servants of Allah, of His servants. Allahu Akbar, alhamdulillah, and may Allah grant them the highest of Jannah.
Give them the best in this life and the next.
Ameen. We asked a question before on what hits harder, the lack of food or lack of sleep. We've got a comment from ZM who says sleep. I'm telling you, sleep. And I've got another guest come join us, guys.
Who's joined us?
War Kid Ennis has joined us.
Ennis.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
I think we'll give salam to Yusuf out, and then we'll put Ennis on.
They're both on. Don't worry, bro. They're all chilling, bro. Everyone chilling. You're more, bro. Well, come, just join. Come. No problem. Aja.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam. Ennis bhai. What's going on, bro?
Bye. Just showing up late show, bro.
Oh, good, bro.
Camera on, bro. We can't even see you, man.
No, he's in his
Bro,
pajama.
it doesn't matter, man.
He's in his pajama.
Let's keep it real, bro. Let's keep it real.
His hair's not done. He's in his pajama.
Never mind his hair and his pajama. There you go.
Bro.
Do me a favor, bro. Turn your camera that way. Turn your phone
tuning in from the couch.
Phone that way. Turn your phone that way, bro. Go landscape.
Hold on. Yeah, there you go.
Good.
Alhamdulillah.
All right, bro.
What's happening?
Bro, what hits harder? Lack of food or lack of sleep?
Food is never an issue, bro. We have reserves, man.
There you go, man. That's a mic drop moment right
We
there.
got reserves, bro. We got reserves.
We got reserves. We need to burn them, bro. Alhamdulillah. For me, always is the issue of sleep, and especially particularly when it comes to Maghrib time, especially after Maghrib.
There you go, man. I told you he's another one.
So for me, I usually after work hours, I just go to sleep before Maghrib. It's the best way to go forward for me. So I sleep it off, and then I wake up before Maghrib, and then I can have energy for Taraweeh. Otherwise, what happened in the past I've noticed is I struggle with Taraweeh, and I really hated when I struggle with Taraweeh. So I would have like a proper afternoon nap, So there you go.
That's it.
And then you're good.
Can't beat them afternoon naps, bro.
Yeah, they're the best.
Sometimes I've got a power nap,
Yeah, but sometimes if you got a it is. You wake up after a nap and you say, I mean,
Wait, you're groggy in that.
I don't even know. But Ennis, brother Ennis, I know you've been heavily involved with the Dawah store.
With IDC generally, I mean, since he moved to Newcastle,
Yep.
Ennis has been a part of IDC. Ennis, share your journey about how you got involved in IDC and what it means to you, bro. Because you're one of our key volunteers as well. So let's hear your story, bro.
Do you want the long story, which is 5 hours, or do you want the
summary version? Please,
I'll just give a short story for the public. And so what happened is, subhanAllah, it's obviously it's Allah's qadr. Everything is in the hands of Allah. It's interesting because when I was in Luton, when I moved to the UK, first I moved to Liverpool when I started working. So I moved for a work purposes, but then afterwards, I'm shortening the story here. There's much more details that go into it, and that's why I said either the 5-hour version or the shorter one. So when I was in Luton, I was working for another charity there, and I always made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to get me involved somehow in the dawah scene. So retrospectively looking at it now, it's quite interesting because that was answered with IDC. I mean, canonically, because what happened was I was making that dua when I was in Luton, and my heart always wanted somehow to involve myself in dawah. And when I moved to Newcastle, again, that's a different story in and of itself. But anyway, when I moved to Newcastle, that story came out to be. So I met with the brothers, mashallah, Abu Tayeb, yourself, and all the other lovely brothers, Basi, Jassi, and Sohail, and all the other brothers, mashallah. And my experience with you guys as a newcomer, as for myself, was a very warm welcome, very warm reception. And this is why I fell in love with the Northeast, particularly. Because I find the people here, subhanAllah, they're much more warmer, if you will. And Jodis are come on, man. We're a special breed here, man. It's just generally the Northeast and the Highlands, and when you go Scotland, the more north you go, the more people are warmer.
Yeah, a lot
of people interesting. And when you go the south, even though the weather is hotter, the people are colder. Especially in London, bro. I said to everyone, even if you pay me to live in London, I wouldn't live in London. No offense to the brothers in London.
No offense to the brothers
there.
London's horrible.
No, I don't like London, bro. Can't stand it.
Just the environment in London is something else, man. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, I got involved with IDC. I'm shortening quite a lot of material here, but anyway, so I got involved with the Dawah store particularly because, like I said, I wanted to be involved in Dawah. So IDC as an organization have supported me, have given me enough training, support, have put me with the relevant teams. Shout out to Majid, by the way. He's been awesome. So he's been in charge for the Dawah store for long years. He's a proper veteran. And he's supported me again with the journey, and a lot of brothers are involved now as well. So so I urge everybody to donate to IDC, to support the Dawah, to support people who are giving their free time, giving their livelihood most of the time, into all the supporters of IDC who've donated and wish to donate, to not forget that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this one life, one chance, if you will, and we will definitely be questioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What have we done with the resources we have been given? What have we done with the time we have been given? What have we done with everything that we have been given? So at the very least, we can support organizations like IDC, because by the end of the day, and I say this without meaning disrespect to anyone, not everybody is meant for Dawah. And I mean this in a very non-condescending way, speaking of experience, that even I myself, when I started doing Dawah, I was a proper newbie. So obviously a lot of things you have to go through life. And like I said, not everybody is made for it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that. And I can argue a lot of people are involved in dawah that probably shouldn't be. I'm not judging intentions, but anyway, that's a different tangent in and of itself. I digress. So the least, getting back to my point, so the least we can do is support IDC with whatever means we can, be it financially. And as the Prophet ﷺ used to say, give sadaqah, even if it is half a date. And when you translate this to a means of this day and age, half a date would probably not even cost a penny, probably to whatever, 5 pence or whatever the case may be. So whatever you can spare, it is highly appreciated. And even if it is not appreciated in the sense of the people, for example, if you give 5 penny, people will shrug at you, they'll raise an eyebrow like, what is this? But for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that might mean the ticket for you to enter Jannah.
Yes.
And I'll remind the viewers and the listeners of this beautiful story of the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I'm paraphrasing, I'm not going to quote it quote by quote, how a prostitute who was a harlot, I would say harlot, it's a better word probably to use, who was involved deeply in sin, was forgiven because she gave sadaqah to a parched dog who wanted water through a well, and she just used her shoe to give water to that dog. So again, a sadaqah saved her, even though she was engrossed in sinning. And zina is one of the major sins that obviously would endanger you to enter hellfire. She was saved just because she gave sadaqah for the sake of that dog. So I'm asking all the viewers and all the presenters and everybody involved to give sadaqah not to a dog, but to something even greater. And what is greater than this? It is calling people to the way of your Lord and to the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So IDC as an organization has been established on that basis, and you can hold us to account and hold IDC to account for that. And by all means, do get involved so you can see the work that they've been doing.
Yeah.
So,
beautiful words.
Barakallahu feek to each and every one of
I'll tell you something interesting, Ennis, that you mentioned there.
Yeah.
And I want to just expand on a little bit, just for those who are watching. And this is the beautiful thing about the dawah, that you said that not everybody is cut out to be on the front line giving dawah. And there's some truth to that, because not everybody is a public speaker. Not everybody has the confidence to speak to people, even one-to-ones and stuff like that about Islam. Excuse me. But the beautiful thing about the dawah is everyone has a role to play, right? And everyone gets the rewards for that. So the person who's calling directly, speaking to people about Islam and calling them, there's a lot of work that people don't realize that goes on behind the scenes, right? So, for example, when we set up an event, the logistics, the setting up of the chairs, getting the media team ready, all of that sort of stuff, all is counted as part of the dawah. The admin work that goes on behind the scenes, managing the money, the finance team, making sure that the money is being spent correctly and appropriately and the systems are in place so there's transparency and accountability. All of that, every volunteer and team member that we have has a role to play, and they get a portion of the rewards without diminishing anybody else's. That's the beautiful thing about the dawah. Everyone has a part to play. Not everybody's going to be in the front. Some people work behind the scenes, and some people can't even do that, and that's okay. Some people will fund the dawah to happen. They will financially support that, and they will get a portion of the rewards as well for each person that comes closer to Islam. Every time we convey the message, so those who become Muslim and take their shahada, those who support the new Muslim after shahada by teaching them the salah and the basics and so on and so forth, you will all get a reward of that, right? A portion of that, those rewards. Don't think that Allah is unjust. Just because somebody was there and took the actual shahada doesn't mean that they're the only ones going to get the rewards, right? Everybody who played a part in that is going to get some rewards from that, inshallah. So that's the beautiful thing, and it's that I like the point you made there, that it's not everybody's cut out to be on the front line, and that's okay. But those who are, we will give the training, we'll give the support. Those who are working behind the scenes, they'll aid those activities, and that's the nice thing about the dawah.
Brothers and sisters, we have a target of £1,000 that we want to hit today. We are currently on £430, and we have 500, if my maths are correct, 570 left to smash our target of £1,000. That's it, £1,000 target for tonight. Brothers and sisters, please help us reach that target. You know, like I said before, you know, if you want to put something in front of Allah today, of your good deeds, put this forward in front of Allah. Put a bit of charity towards this organization. And like I said to you guys earlier, you know, it's like I said, we you know, every night we're all trying to do something and putting something in front of Allah. And maybe it's the case that you've come on this stream and Allah's brought you to this stream where maybe you could give a little. Right, so give a little to IDC, share and spread your donations around in the month of Ramadan, in these last few nights or these last 10 nights that are going on. You know, you can give a little. So go to supportidc.com and make a donation. You can do how can they do it? They can do bank transfer.
Yeah.
They can do PayPal. They can do just giving.
Yeah.
They can do
Stripe or whatever.
Stripe on the actual website itself.
Yeah.
I'll take your Bitcoin if you've got any Bitcoin. For what it's worth, I'll take it.
Bitcoin's gone down though.
Oh well, I'm taking
and
it.
There's a big debate on it still as well, but that's another story.
Anyway, we'll take it all, right? So and
tell Hassan to share the link so if anyone wants to come on.
Huh?
Send me the link if people want to come on.
Hassan, producer Sam.
Send me the link. I've got a few more people who want to jump on.
You already have it. Check your phone.
Oh, there's producer.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
He's off. He's off.
Go on there, son.
Comes
Where's he
on.
gone?
Comes off. Comes off. He's like a little.
No, but anyway, Zach.
Daniel Johnson.
Daniel Johnson.
Go on then.
Dangerous Daniel Johnson.
Look where he is as well. Hold on.
Put him on the big screen. Put him on the big screen.
Danny, go on big screen. What are you doing?
There you
Danny.
MashaAllah.
Go
MashaAllah.
Go landscape.
That's
Danny.
what I'm talking about.
Dedication.
1 second. Danny, go landscape on your phone, please.
Yes, bro.
There you go.
Can you go back a bit so we can get a twirl? Give us a twirl.
What do you mean you want a twirl, bro?
I want to see what he's wearing. Look what he's wearing.
He's wearing anorak, man. Leave him alone.
He's in such a dodgy location. Who are you robbing, Danny? It's Ramadan, bro. Sort your life out.
What? Can I speak, or are you just going to continue to ridicule me?
Danny,
Danny,
forget about these guys, man. Go on, bro.
Danny, I'm not finished. Listen. Have you seen the movie? What's that movie? With what's it called? Unbreakable. Was it Unbreakable?
I don't know.
Bruce Willis. He looks like.
Bro, you look like Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I like to think so, yes.
Yeah, not the young version one, the one that's now, bro.
He's Johnny
Okay,
Depp, bro.
thanks.
He's Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Yep.
All right,
He's
Danny,
like
how you doing, bro? How's everything?
Alhamdulillah. I can't hear you that well, guys. So if you all speak at once, I might not be able to make out what you're saying. But
How's your Ramadan going?
Alhamdulillah, it's going well. And I'm not train spotting or doing anything else dodgy. I'm at work, but I thought I would just quickly call in to say to you guys and anybody who's listening, you've got to help Islamic Diversity Centre. You've got to help Dawah. Guys, people are dying for lack of guidance, spiritually dying out there. People are depressed. People are on the verge of suicide because they don't know what the purpose of life is. How condemnable are we if, knowing the truth, having this divine light in our lives, we don't spread it and give it to other people? Shame on us. Brothers and sisters, you've got to help Islamic Diversity Centre. You've got to help Dawah. We've got to pass on this beautiful message, which has revolutionized our lives, which gives us all purpose, which gives us all happiness. We have to pass it on. We can't be stingy. Help IDC to pass on the message, guys. Donate. If you can donate £1,000, donate that. Donate that. If you can only donate £10, donate that. And make dua for us. Make dua that we continue to be successful and get much bigger, because you know what, guys? As much as IDC's done over the years, it's a drop in the ocean for what needs to be done. If
Absolutely.
The community in the UK got their act together, who knows what we could achieve? Let's start now. It's late. We're getting closer and closer to Yawm al-Qiyamah. Things are getting weirder and weirder. We have to act now. Guys, help IDC, help Dawah. Let's spread the message. Let's be the means through which our Creator saves souls and enlightens the world, inshallah. So, brothers and sisters, get your hands in your pockets and donate now, inshallah.
On that note, Danny, bro, we've got a donation that's coming.
That's it, dangerous, Danny.
I've got two donations, bro.
Dangerous, Danny.
I've got a donation of £30.
Alhamdulillah.
And I've got a donation of £25 that's coming.
Fantastic, fantastic. Guys, that's going to benefit you immensely on Yawm al-Qiyamah, inshallah. On Yawm al-Qiyamah, you're going to remember that. You're going to benefit from that. You're going to be glad you gave it. So may Allah reward you. May Allah accept you. You've certainly moved me and inspired me with your generosity. Anybody else out there who is in a position to donate, please do it now. Donate, guys.
Takbir, Danny. Takbir.
Allahu Akbar. Okay, I'll let you go, guys. I've got
too loudly, he's in the middle of nowhere where he might get jumped if he just says anything. Takbir, Danny. Takbir.
Okay, guys, I've got to go because I have actually got stuff to do. But nice seeing you all, and may Allah bless all of us. Salam alaikum.
Nice one, bro. Alhamdulillah.
I've got a message. I've got a message.
Before you go any further, so we are on. What are we on, Husky? Hassan, get on screen, mate. Right, there he is. Oh, we're on 485. Mashallah, people have donated £485. So we have 515.
Bro.
515. How many wings we got left? We got 5.
You can see it getting late in the light. Yeah, everybody's missing the numbers, man.
Do you know what I mean? 515 left to smash the target. Brothers and sisters, please continue to go support us. Donate. Go to supportidc.com. We have a new guest. Oh, we got look at student of knowledge like 485. Nice. All right.
So just to round that up, I'll give that 15.
Nice. Oh, yoy.
To make it 500.
Takbir.
Allah.
Allah Akbar, mashallah. I just want to point out something before I head off.
Sorry, Ennis. What are you saying? Sorry, Ennis. What was that?
I'm just saying I want to point out something. Sorry, my camera is
bro.
off. Just a second. I'll just put it this way. Props to Daniel. Yeah, he is short and concise, mashallah, to the point. He touched on a couple of things there that actually are very true. We are getting close to Yawm al-Qiyamah, and it is very important. What he mentioned is, what are you going to put forward on the Day of Judgment? What are you going to claim in front of Allah when He's going to ask you, what did you do with everything I gave you? What are you going to say in front of Him? So props to Danny for pointing that out in a very short span of time, and props to him from chiming in from his own work, by the way. Mashallah, tabarakallah, may Allah reward him. While we're sitting on couches and stuff, he's been dripping in the rain, man. So
I didn't know it was raining outside.
Bro, you know what?
Anyway, I digress. Just I want to point out something before I head off to bed. May Allah reward you guys for staying up late, mashallah.
I mean,
brothers and sisters, barakallahu feek to all of you. And as Brother Daniel mentioned, it's what are you going to put forward on the Day of Judgment? This is what Ramadan in essence is. Ramadan is the month where the Quran was revealed. And what is the purpose of the Quran? It is guidance to all the people, not just the Muslims, everyone. So it is the guidance for all of the Alameen, for the worlds, and everybody included, the people in the world. So coming back to the point is, what are we going to say in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Is that at least on Yawm al-Qiyamah we can say, oh Allah, I have done so and so. Oh Allah, I have donated such and such. Oh Allah, I have spared some of my time to such and such. So brothers and sisters, I do encourage you all just to share some of your time that Allah has granted you, by the way, anyway. So we are all guilty of this. We're all going to be accountable for everything that we do in life. So at least let's put forward, even if it is a little case for our own selves on the Day of Judgment. So barakallahu feek to all of you. May Allah bless you all. It is included, I know it's debatable between scholars about whether it is already the last 10 nights. Arguably it could be, it could not be, but it could be. So let's take care of these last 10 nights of Ramadan. For all we know, we could die tomorrow. I know it's a very grim way of saying it, but it could be our last moments. So before we go to sleep, let's just do something for our own sakes. Barakallahu feek. I am chiming off. As you can see, my eyes are very red. I do apologize about this.
May Allah bless you,
bro,
man.
Appreciate it. Alhamdulillah, jazakallah khair. We've got a challenge that's just been set.
By who?
Undine.
One Dean, what's One Dean saying?
All right, with One Dean challenge is set saying, Assalamu alaikum, please could 3 other people donate £25, so the total will be £100, which we will all share in this blessing in the blessed month of Ramadan, inshallah. So I think if 3 people donate £25, he will then donate £25.
Perfect. So it's 100 quid then.
100 quid.
Right, let's get the ball rolling.
Anyone want to donate £25? Sorry, I've got guests. We've got guests.
Sarah,
one second. So I've got Sarah here.
Yeah.
We've got Fatima here. Where's Sarah gone? Sarah's just left. She's just chipped.
Yeah, I think she had a small window to go on. So which Fatima have we got?
Fatima Pony.
Okay, what about the other? Okay, good. Let's get Fatima. But there's supposed to be another Fatima as well, right? We should have 2 Fatimas on.
Assalamu alaikum.
Fatima Pony. Let's hear what. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Fatima.
Both Fatimas are on.
Okay. Fatima Crystal.
How are we doing, sisters?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. So tell us, sisters, why, Sister Fatima, why have you called it, like joined us, and why should people donate to IDC? Fatima Pony, tell us.
Sorry, just 1 minute because I have to.
Okay, the other Fatima in the meantime.
Kids around. Sorry.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, so because as far as I know, the IDC is one of the only one Dawah center in the Northeast. So there's no other Dawah center, Dawah organization, and it is every single Muslim, we should give Dawah, and because no one giving, people are very busy, but only they can donate to IDC, and IDC can give Dawah on their behalf. So it's very important because it's for the kifaya. I think that they have every single Muslim we should give dawah. So it's like if IDC is working for our community and on behalf of our community, so they're working, it's playing a big role. So if we are so busy that we can't give dawah, so at least we can donate and get the same reward.
And Fatima, you're not from Newcastle. You're from down south in East London, right? Originally.
No.
Or you studied there, I think.
London. Yeah, North Wales.
North Wales. Right? Did you say you studied in East London or something like that in one of the institutes there?
Yeah.
So it's a very different place down there compared to here. What are the comparisons that you would say from down south and coming up here to be involved with the Dawah? What would you say?
I always wanted to be part of, Dawah organization, something that I always liked. But I never worked for any other organization, so I can't really compare. But only thing I know IRIA, where I can, work as online chat ambassador, which I recently started.
Mashallah.
So yeah, mashallah, they're working everywhere. They go every single, different part of the world, and in the UK. So I would also pray to Allah, so IDC will be like, grow as
well.
But
and the way to grow, we need everyone's support to be able to do that.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's the thing, because the main thing is like we need lots of donors, and so regular donors we can, not only in Ramadan, and always we need
all year round.
So that's why, because I know all of you are working very hard, trying to get reach every as much as you can. You're doing lots of workshop, school visits, but still something we need, that consistency. So we'll just can reach more people. But we need lots of funding for this. So we need donation. So I would I don't know. I'll just try to share as much on my social media as many people I know. But I think we need to, lots of people need to know about IDC. Still, it's not enough. Like, I don't know. Something is like missing. I don't know what's going on really, because I recently joined, so I don't know. I don't have much knowledge. But I think we can improve. We can do more, better. So we can do something that can get more, donations and lots of money coming in. So IDC keep moving all the years. So it's not like stopping because at this moment we're doing it's a great job. You need lots of money for new Muslim to supporting new Muslim. You need lots of money though. But I don't know. Just I pray to Allah, so I don't know how to. But I really I don't know what's this. What did you ask me? Sorry, I just
No, you answered the question. Jazakallah khair. That's a very good answer. And I think just to reiterate that people, if they want to donate, they can donate through supportidc.com and help us grow, like not only do the work, but even grow and expand. So it's a good point. Is Sarah back on now?
Before we do,
yes.
I've had a donation.
I don't want to lose Sarah again because, go on.
I've had a donation alert.
Okay, go on.
Sister, sorry, Sister Sarah. I've had a donation alert. We have a donation of, where's it gone? £10.
MashaAllah.
Takbir.
Allah. Well, hold on.
We've also, hold on, I've got another donation alert.
Another donation alert, bro.
I've got £10 and I've got another donation of £25.
MashaAllah.
All right.
May Allah bless them both.
I was trying to tell him because I did my 10 and 5.
I already got that one. Don't worry. Don't worry. I already counted the fact that you did 10 and then 5. I don't know why you did 10 and 5. Do the 15. The custom amount?
No, you get.
Well, I need to get finance on the phone.
Get finance on the phone, bro. Get finance.
Finance officer, it didn't let me do the £15. I had to do 10 and I had to do 5. So just
okay, let's get Sarah on.
Before we get Sarah on, Zachariah's sister was a partner.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to touch on something she said there as well.
We'll come back to it because I know Sarah's got a short amount of time. So let's get her on, then we'll do both. We'll comment on both of them. Sister Sarah from Teesside. Assalamu alaikum.
Teesside.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How you doing, Sarah? Are you okay?
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
So you're actually one of our trustees, not even just a volunteer. You've been a volunteer, and then you came on as a trustee, and you were representing Teesside, especially in the heyday when Teesside was really rocking back in the days with the dawah from IDC.
Old school.
So share with everybody
we're still
journey
around.
Sorry? So share
I said
share
yes,
your
Sahel, we're still around, contrary to belief.
Still going strong, mashallah.
So share your little story, Sarah, about how you got involved with IDC and the dawah and why people should donate to IDC. Let's hear your testimonial.
Assalamu alaikum. So how I got involved with IDC was about, I'd say, over 10 years ago. And what happened was I was working in Sunderland and it was a new job, and it was I was the only Muslim there, and I don't think many people that work there had ever met Muslims. So alhamdulillah, I was just just doing my salah and stuff. I wasn't very practicing in my Islam, just doing the basics. So there was a lady there, and she was really interested in Islam, and she ended up alhamdulillah taking her shahada. And then I was like, well, what do I do now? I didn't even know much about dawah, what dawah involved or anything. So I went onto Google and I found I just Googled Northeast Convert Support, and I actually had an email in touch with Brother Daniel Johnson, and then he put me in touch with another sister. And it turned out that other sister was actually from Teesside, but I'd never met her. But long story short, literally that's how it started. Then I started to volunteer for IDC, and then I worked for a few years, when we had a bigger new Muslim support. And then alhamdulillah, I took a break. Then I had some kids, and now, our team's really small, subhanAllah. We only have about 5 sisters now, but we've been aiming to try to do 1 monthly social a month, and for I'd say from January to November we haven't done much, but as we just had we put our heads together. I was like, sisters, Ramadan's coming, we cannot neglect these reverts. Literally the masajid do things, but there's just never capacity for sisters, and really sisters in their nature, they need the socials, they need that support. And honestly, subhanAllah, these you might underestimate the effect of the power of having the socials, especially in Ramadan, the iftars. This is probably some of the only interactions that these revert sisters get with not only just reverts but with Muslims. You're talking about people who've been Muslim 8, 10, 12, 15 years, And this is that few hours in that week is the only interaction. And sometimes it's actually the only thing that might, you know, by the will of Allah, bring them back to Islam. Because, you know, we've seen sisters like come and go in terms of like how practicing they become and they drop off and stuff. Guidance, as we know, only comes from Allah. But the work that we do, literally, subhanAllah, could be like the one factor that pushes that person back to start practicing their Islam. So in essence, subhanAllah, we're helping them, alhamdulillah, with their akhirah, but we're also helping them in this world as well. We're giving them confidence to become more, you know, proud of their Islam. I'm practicing with, you know, the community around us, because that's what we want. We're not just going to help them, we want them to be part of the Muslim community and grow forward. And really, we can't do that without really important donations. So please donate via supportidc.com and joining the team. You know, we alhamdulillah, like obviously with the lockdown stuff, we saw that we can still do dawah, like even if it's not face to face and support, we can do it via, you know, WhatsApp video calls, lots of different technology out there. So I think honestly, if we, especially in Ramadan, I think we need to just sit with ourselves and be like, you know, it feels good, you know, to donate money, but I think time and presence is actually more powerful. You know, being there for that sister and making them feel valued, like as a person, like not just seeing them like in Ramadan, you know, and things like that, just having that relationship, empowering them. Because really, if they're not friends with somebody who's going to push them in their Islam, the likelihood is they're just going to fall off the bandwagon and go back. And, you know, Brother Daniel Johnson said, like, you know, the signs of Qiyamah is getting more and more, subhanAllah. And, you know, we do want to be a witness for pushing somebody towards Islam or pushing them, you know, away from Islam. And I think the community in general really does underestimate how much reverts really need support. They come from so much baggage, subhanAllah. And, like, obviously a lot of the support we can't do, like, you know, we're not qualified counselors and things, so when we refer them, that requires money, that requires time and effort. Sometimes it's like supporting, it's like it does feel like another job, but you know what, it's priceless. You can't put a price on it, subhanAllah.
It's very rewarding, that's for sure. I think one of the things that's interesting that you commented on, Sister Sarah, was about because you were head of New Muslim support in Teesside, and I suppose you still are to some extent, but and some of the stories that you shared just now and the ones that we know about behind the scenes, honestly, it's heartbreaking. And like I mentioned earlier to you, Abbas, when we deal with the youth, it gives them a sense of identity and sense of purpose. We get them on board, we get them involved with the dawah, and they grow as a result. It's interesting that it's exactly the same with the new Muslims. When they get involved with us, when they get that social support, as well as the educational support, it gives them that sense of purpose and that sense of belonging. And as Yusra said, they don't have any family. Sometimes they lose their family and friends. And IDC, as small as we are, for some of those reverts, we fill that void, right? So it's like, it's a similar sort of parallel you can draw between the two. And New Muslim support is important for that. And that's where I think what Sarah's talking about is a very important point there. We need that support. So supportidc.com, guys.
Yes. I was going to make a call to action there. Supportidc.com, brothers and sisters. Please go to the website, make a donation, or if you want to announce and let us know what your donation is to encourage others, inshallah, please just put it in the comments there right now. Go to the website, like I said, supportidc.com. You can make a donation, however much you can donate. Please do donate the best you can. I want to ask Sister Sarah a question. Sister Sarah, we had this, and actually Sister Fatima as well, if she's still here. So the question we put up before was, what hits harder, lack of food or lack of sleep in Ramadan?
I'd say sleep, especially when you have kids and they at iftar time, it's like they've been fasting and they don't let you eat your iftar properly, subhanAllah.
There you go. Okay. And yourself, Sister Fatima? Pony?
Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah. I agree. I think Sleep
is
is
that Fatima, the media Fatima? Assalamu alaikum, Fatima.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Welcome to the stream. How's everything going with you for Ramadan?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. It's so funny because this topic was actually something that I had to question myself with this evening. Especially with the end of Ramadan coming like around the corner.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely like a little moment for me to be like, if I die tonight, if I don't see the end of Ramadan, have I done enough? Is Allah going to be pleased with me, or so this is a great topic. So out of sacrifice for food or sleep, I like my sleep. You guys know I'm always late, so sleep. I'm happy to be here tonight. Put it that way. That's my sacrifice.
Alhamdulillah. Listen, Fatima, tell us. You recently joined us, right? So been involved with IDC and as a recipient and now as a team member. Tell the audience, tell the viewers why they should support IDC and how IDC supported you.
Honestly, in both realms, being supported and doing dawah in itself, so volunteering, and even alhamdulillah, Allah providing me the opportunity to work with IDC is probably like for me the biggest accomplishment, because dunya and deen coming together is like alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So yeah, it's amazing, definitely. I think when you're a revert and your whole life is changed for the sake of Allah, having a team behind you that can guide you and keep you on the right path and actually like let you know, look, the things that you're researching is not true to Islam, or because this is something as well that I've experienced. I've come to you, I will tell you with certain things, and you've been like, no, haram. So alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
I think it comes back to that point of what IDC provides, because remember, look, the reverts that come when people take their shahada, it's a big transition, right? It's a lifestyle change, and there are some things. It's and like I said to all the new Muslims that come through our doors, this is a journey. Okay, we're looking at the long-term journey. You're not going to be able to change everything overnight. You need to enjoy the process, understand the process, and trust the process, right?
And that's the thing. When I joined,
give that guidance, and
I was able to enjoy the process. I think, like even like socials and having other Muslims around me, like having that support was such a big thing for me, because the relationship between a Muslim and Allah is very intimate, and you are very much alone. So having other Muslims that are also on the same journey, like their whole life is changing, and then you guys get to come together and share the knowledge through, whether it be for actual socials or during, Aqidah classes and all these amazing opportunities that IDC has given me. Alhamdulillah, it was necessary. Put it that way, it was necessary.
Yeah, good. So, final words for the audience: why they should donate to IDC by clicking on the link supportidc.com.
The impact is bigger than what you are calculating in your mind. Allah will reward you immensely, no doubt. Because if you think about it, like every act of worship that you are donating towards and you're helping a new Muslim get closer to Allah and earn themselves rewards is something that you're going to be rewarded for too, inshallah. And Allah doesn't reward like, He multiplies.
Of course, yes. We're in the month of
even in the month of Ramadan, like alhamdulillah. But
and Ramadan, the rewards are multiplied for sure. We know that.
It's special. It's special. I think because even as I think about my own journey, it was before Ramadan. I came into Islam during Ramadan, but my journey with IDC has been obviously outside of Ramadan. So yeah, you guys, I just trust that Allah will reward you, and it's really needed. I can't stress this enough. It's such a powerful, beautiful thing to give to a new Muslim, because it's everything that we need, whether it's prayer, our clothes, our like financial needs. Because like I uprooted my life. I know other Muslims have uprooted their life, left family, left friends, left work, everything, because for the sake of Allah, fi sabilillah. So yeah, you guys are doing an amazing thing. Support IDC, alhamdulillah, may Allah accept and bless you and increase you in everything good. Alhamdulillah. No, it's amazing. It's beautiful.
Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair, sister.
Donation alert, Jazakallah khair, sister. We've got a donation alert. Alhamdulillah. To Biggin.
Yes.
Well, not higher. Well, it's not Biggin. It's £100.
Yes.
Allahu Akbar from Auntie Shakila and family. Alhamdulillah. May
May
Allah
Allah
bless
bless
them
them
and their
all.
family. Big up the family. I know the family is really well. Alhamdulillah.
Good
Good
family,
family.
mashallah.
Supporters have supported us.
Yes.
£100 donation there. Alhamdulillah. Which, Hassan, what are we on now, mate? Right. We're on 635.
Okay, good.
Alhamdulillah. We're on 6.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, go for it.
Go on.
Do you know, I think for people that donate, like obviously to the New Muslim Support Project, and they like want to see what it's like, then seriously, I think myself and Sister Hannah would be more than happy for people to come along to the iftars and meet some of the revert sisters, because I sort of think sometimes you know that you don't know the impact until you meet the person. And you know, alhamdulillah, I think the sisters, you know, would tell you themselves as to how much, like, mashallah, you know, it's not about numbers, it's about, inshallah, we always have like the right intentions, and about, you know, the sisters always strive to go like an extra mile to help the sisters, you know, over and beyond like their roles on the day, subhanallah. And you know, may Allah bless them, because you know, everyone, you know, we live in a dunya, and like Brother Daniel said, time's going so fast and stuff, but when you're given that time and effort, you know, Allah will place barakah in your life in so many different ways, inshallah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's a good point. Any comments come through?
We've got a few comments that have come in as well.
Go on, let's hear the comments.
So there was one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Another comment here from Brother Muhammad. Brother Muhammad is brother from
Guinea-Bissau.
There you go. Guinea-Bissau.
I think they're Portuguese speaking as well, aren't they?
West African.
Yeah, no, but the Portuguese don't get any comments.
All right, Brother Muhammad says English here, brother. I don't know what you keep talking about. Brother, we've got a few guests that come on as well, just so you know. Sister Ali. You're
Sorry
right.
about that, yeah.
Sister Ali is here, and also Sister Hafsa is here as well. The sisters, mashallah, have come in droves today, mashallah. Sisters seem to be the ones that donate a lot more as well, I think. So, you know.
Is that a stereotype?
Yes, massively.
Is that true?
Stereotype.
Is it true, though?
Okay, Brother Muhammad says... Brother Muhammad says, brother, I want to be part of your team of Dawah volunteers. I really like your work. I really like your work. I usually publish and share your work on my Facebook page.
Very good. Very good.
Get him involved, bro.
He's already involved, it seems.
From Guinea-Bissau.
Guinea-Bissau.
We're doing an IDC trip to Guinea-Bissau.
Listen. If we can make that happen, I'm on it. We just had another guest that showed up as well.
Who?
Zach showed up as well.
Nice.
Go on, Zach, bro. It's like an IDC reunion tonight.
It really is.
What is
Any
going
other
on?
comments? Any other comments?
Yeah,
Andrew?
sorry, Zach. I'm commenting in a second because we've got other guests as well. But we've got another comment from Brother Arfan, who says, "Dear brothers, Husky, how are you? There you go.
There you go.
Dear brothers, Allah bless you and the work. You're doing great work on this planet, and we love too. We love too, bro. Jazakallah khair for that comment.
Share and donate, bro.
Yeah, brother Irfan, please do share the link, supportidc.com, and make a donation as well. I really appreciate it if you do. I don't know who you want to go to first, bro. We've got
who's next in the queue?
Sister Sarah's going to leave now, she says. So,
yeah. Jazakallah khair, Sarah.
Jazakallah khair, Sister Sarah. She's going to leave. Sister Alia, Hafsa, and Zach.
Let's get Alia on there, Sister Alia.
Assalamu alaikum, Sister.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Our cats have just been chasing I think a baby rat.
Oh.
I don't know how they get in, but they get in.
Cats in there.
We've got 2 cats and we've had them for years and they've never caught anything before. But this one, the other day, we got a Siamese and he caught it and he comes trundling on in, all proud of himself. And then he let it go. And then they kind of got it again, but it got away again. We got 2 cats.
MashaAllah.
Because we have a garden and our garden's kind of overgrown, they do tend to find their way in every now and again. So
Okay, alhamdulillah. So, Sister Alia, tell us, why should people donate to IDC? Why should people support IDC helping the Northeast?
Well, I've got a little bit of a different perspective.
Okay.
For people, I think they should support IDC because to me, Dawah is the biggest business. Dawah is the biggest business that you can invest in ever. Ever. You will never find a business that is more of a better investment than Dawah. And if you've got organizations like yourselves, IDCI, you're not only sharing Islam with people, but you're also supporting new Muslims.
Yeah.
You won't get any better return on your investment.
Yeah.
Because Allah is when you're working for Allah, Allah is the best employer you will ever get. Ever. I mean, what other
as we said earlier, this was the role and the job of the messengers that came before, including the Prophet ﷺ. This is what his life mission was. Dedicate his whole life on giving da'wah.
I think it's the most important thing to be doing in the world, personally, me. Because the more people that become Muslim, the more people are for you and the less are against you. The more people are going to be promoting goodness and being good to each other and having good and positive communities and having a good effect on the rest of the communities, whether they're Muslim or not Muslim. They're going to have a better outcome. But if people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so wise, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he knows us so well. Obviously, he created us. Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala offer always a reward? Allah is always offering us a reward for good deeds because he knows our nature. And yeah, before I carry on, I just wanted to say Salam Alaikum. Sister Fatima Pani is one of the agents on my OR chat team, actually.
MashaAllah. Okay,
Oh
good.
yeah, Salam Alaikum, sister. That's all. Just sorry. I just like, I know this voice is very familiar to me. That's why I just now I know I see you and your cat. I can recognize you.
So, Sister Alia, I think you made a very important point there. This is the best investment that people can get.
Yes.
It's the return on investment is far greater than any business opportunity that you're going to get. And the dawah is worth investing in, right? Is basically what you're saying.
Yes.
So, Sahel, look to the camera and tell people how they can donate. And yeah, don't get too close, bro. Take it easy, bro. Take it easy. To look at the camera and tell people how they can donate, and let's get some donations in,
Go
bro.
to supportidc.com and make a donation.
If you have
Put his mush on instead, eh?
2 seconds before we
Go
do
on.
that, one of those 25 quid donations was from my wife.
Go on.
On behalf of my father-in-law that passed away with COVID a couple of years back. So she asked if you could make dua for him.
May Allah bless him. May Allah grant him mercy. May Allah have mercy upon him. May Allah have mercy upon him in his grave and may Allah forgive him for all his sins and bad deeds that he's done. May Allah grant him the highest of Jannah, widen his grave, and may Allah make it easy for him. And have mercy upon him.
Let's get Sister Hafsa on, and then we're gonna get Zak on and have a bit of a crack with him after that, inshallah. Let's get Sister Hafsa.
Zaki ain't got nothing better to do.
No, he has. He works so hard, bro. I mean, remember his fingers to the bone, bro. He works so hard. He works his fingers to the bone, bro. You know the score. Look, let's get Sister Hafsa on first, yeah, and then we can have a bit of a crack with Zak after that, inshallah. So, Sister Hafsa. Walaikum salam. Now this is interesting because Hafsa has been similar to Abbas, has been with us since she was in her teens as well, right? So share a little bit about your story, Hafsa, and why people should support IDC.
So first of all, if I'm whispering, it's because everyone's asleep. But
all right, wake them up, man. Time for suhoor.
Time for suhoor, yeah, bro.
I did just want to firstly say thank you to Brother Sahel for the dua for Pops, first of all. But Yeah, so I joined IDC when I was 18. But my family, like my sisters and my mum and my parents, were involved with IDC prior to me joining.
Yeah.
And so I joined IDC when I first started university, and I wrote a testimony to Brother Tayeb, which probably summarizes it better. But I think I know we talk a lot about how the dawah and how IDC impacts the non-Muslim, or rather non-Muslim and new Muslims, but I don't think we've touched a lot on how it affects also the Muslim community, because for me, IDC laid the groundwork for the friends I have, the community I had, the people I surround myself with. Most of my close friends, and the people that I spend the most of the time with, are people that I've met at IDC, and people that I've met, you know, pertaining to IDC, like my local ISOC, which I've become a big part of. So yeah, I think that I wouldn't be as in touch with my faith. I wouldn't be wanting to learn about my faith as much. I wouldn't be as engrossed. I wouldn't be able to give that away and to answer questions as effectively as I have been able to, alhamdulillah, due to, you know, services that IDC have provided, like classes that we can learn stuff. So yeah, sorry, that's a bit jumbled, but IDC means a lot because it laid the groundwork for who I am today, nearly 10 years later. 10 years next year, I think.
Subhanallah.
Which is a long time. Yeah.
And that's a full decade. That's a long time.
I know. I'm nearly 30. Can you believe it?
Well, imagine now how you think I feel. We've been doing this for 20 years, sister.
I know.
So IDC's been around for 20 years, mashallah. And we just had our 20-year anniversary last year. So that was a milestone, you know. But alhamdulillah, yeah, jazakallah khair, Sister Hafsa. So the angle that you came from, why people should donate to IDCs, because although our core objectives is to give dawah to non-Muslims and support the new Muslims, but the impact that it has on the Muslim community as well is big as well.
The thing is, I think like there's a lot of social pressures, especially nowadays with things like TikTok and stuff, and you can definitely see that there are people within the ummah that are straying away from their faith due to, you know, pressures where society or anything like that. And the main reason why I want to take that angle was because even though, like, I was once, you know, kind of at that stage where I was dealing with those kind of pressures, but because I had a community that supported me, like with IDC and so on and so forth, I was able to, alhamdulillah, you know, hold firmly to the rope. So yeah, that's why I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, jazakallah, and it's nice that the whole family, it's become a family affair. So the whole family, a big shout out to the Zamir family, because they've been a big supporter.
Yeah, man.
For IDC for a long time. So give my salams to your mum as well, please.
The whole family, mashallah.
And everybody else. Yeah, jazakallah khair, Hafsa. Right, who else is left on the screen?
Hold on, is Sahil not going to ask me the question? Am I not going to get asked the question?
What hits harder, lack of food or lack of sleep?
Lack of sleep. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Any comments or anything?
No.
Okay, so who's next? Zach. Let's get Zach on the screen, man.
Zach.
Look, this guy.
Oh, sorry, no. I got donation alert.
A donation alert, okay.
Before you get that cheesecake.
I got donation alert. Hassan. Sorry, there's cheesecake. Sorry. There's cheesecake.
It's good cheesecake.
Bassie's trying to cut a cheesecake and he breaks the plastic spoons.
There's a donation,
This
mate.
guy.
Stop, man. 1 second. 1 second. Top G, that kid. that wasn't the donation. That was a comment for you. Top G.
Who said that?
You, Abbas, or Top G. Look, if I do this, yeah, it looks like I'm pointing at Zach. All right, Zach. All right, anyway, sorry. Donation, mashallah. So it's a £50 donation.
Mashallah.
It says, Salaam alaikum, I'll donate £50 to IDC. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all those involved with nothing but goodness in this life and in building their akhirah. Ameen. May Allah bless you, sister, and your family. Your son in particular, may Allah bless you all and grant you the best in this life and in the hereafter. Ameen. Jazakallah khair for that donation, alhamdulillah. So what are we on? Hassan, right?
What's the total?
So we've donated today, we've got £685, alhamdulillah. We had a target of 1,000, 315 to smash our target. There's a few comments that have come in now. So what's the comments? From Sister Isha says, Yusra isn't going to be happy with the cheesecake being gone.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's true. Sister Karima.
But no, to be fair, we've got a fair game policy in the office, so it's first come, first serve, you know. So
all I'm saying is I just give Sahil a little message there to see if there's any food around. He was like, there's cheesecake, so
in the fridge.
I'm to put that out there.
So that's Sahil's fault.
There you go.
I was told there's cheesecake.
Sister Yusra says, I want to see if they're not will leave some of this cheesecake for me. There's plenty left, inshallah, sister.
It's good cheesecake, though.
Good cheesecake. Right, that's
Okay.
comments.
Let's get Zach on.
Sister Karima says, I agree with Sister Hafsa as well.
Okay.
Jazakallah khair.
So-
Right, Zach.
So Zach, bro, let's get Zach on. Zach is
Papa.
He's been involved with IDC for some time. Zach, and this is Zach, who is fundraiser extraordinaire, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Zach, let's get the people motivated, man. You're doing nothing else for IDC. Let's get you doing working to bring some money in, bro. You're not doing nothing else. How are, bro? Give us a pull on the big
Why
street.
are you going in on me like that?
That's shocking, Zach. No, that's shocking.
No, let's be fair. Let me do a proper introduction on War Kid, yeah. No, let me do some justice.
He works hard, you know.
Bro, we know that he's got no fingers left, man. He works his fingers to the bone. That guy. Listen, Zach was again similar to Sister Sarah in the heyday of IDC Teesside.
Mm-hmm.
He was, mashallah, he was one of the most proactive brothers who really put the dawah on the map. I'll be honest,
instrumental.
He's and one thing I noticed about Zach was, I'm not trying to blow dust in your face or anything, Zach, but I think this is important to note. We have a particular methodology in the way we give dawah. Obviously, we're very close to the likes of Sheikh Abdul Rahim Green and Aira and the way that the GoRap methodology. And one thing I noticed about Zach very early on when he first started, he picked up the GoRap methodology very, very quickly. And he's like textbook GoRap, this guy, yeah? And he was a good example for others to see how you should give dawah, right? Honestly, we should record him in conversations as well, to show people.
Now I think he's forgotten it all, mate.
He hasn't forgotten it all, man. He's still got it. I'm sure he still got it. But so I think one of the key things about Zach was he was instrumental in back in the days when the dawah was really in its heyday in Teesside. Zach, share some of your stories, bro. Do a little bit of a testimonial. Why people, how you got involved with IDC, why people should donate.
I've gone down the philosophy route now, bro.
No, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Please don't do that. He knows my views on that. Don't become one of those, what do they call it? Neo-academics or whatever they're called, yeah?
Come on, bro.
Don't do that.
There's a place for everyone, man. Come on.
All right, bro. Don't do that.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, jazakallah khair, lads. I can't even remember what year I started with IDC. I think we originally got some of the DAO training from Aira. I think that was when the DAO stalls were really kicking off.
Yeah.
I think Aira came and did a workshop at Central Mosque. And there was about 5 of us, me, Imran, Bucky, Sab, and Chubsy. And we wanted to give dawah. And we were like, okay, right, you've given us training, what do we do? And they were like, oh, there's this organization called IDC from Newcastle. I remember you guys gave us a table and a banner. What is the purpose of life banner, the old school banner? And that was when it started. And very similar to to what the sister said earlier. For me, like the dawah and specifically IDC, it's actually framed who I am today a lot.
SubhanAllah.
And I think that a lot of people don't place that much emphasis on it, because you could be two types of people. You could be the type of person who's a bridge for others, but you yourself are nobody, so it's all for show, and that fades away. Or you can be the type of person that's also a bridge for other people, but it also that means that you have to develop yourself. And it's very similar that you will become the people that you hang around with, like the Hadith of Prophet that you are on the religion of your friends. And one of the interesting things I was reflecting on, and I think I was talking to my wife about this probably not long ago, about like reflecting on who my inner circle of friends is now compared to what it was, say, like 10 years ago or something. And it's not that I don't speak to those people anymore. I still do it. I'd still class them as friends, but that things that you basically end up surrounding yourself with people that you have things in common with.
Yeah.
And for me, it was, the dawah was just, I used to love it. I used to, honestly, it was like that buzz of competition, of almost like that you get on a football pitch or something, just having that intellectual like back and forth with someone, but also knowing that you could literally change this person's life. And that used to be such a buzz for me. Honestly, I used to remember sitting there, and whether it was the EDL guys, whether it was, you know, I remember this was before all this flipping trans LGBT stuff started happening. This was like maybe 7-8 years ago. There'd be like cross dressers in Middlesbrough town centre, and you should remember having and just trying to get their mindset to change and to show them what the fitra is. And I used to love it. And even now, like, I think one of the things I still do, I ring Sahil, I'm like, when's Discover Islam Week, Newcastle? And regardless of what I'm doing, where I am, I'll always try and go for at least 1 or 2 days.
Mine came down that day.
Mashallah.
Mashallah, man. Yeah. We had a good chat. Well, I didn't have a good chat. You, bro. So there was a group of Christian guys sat there. And I'd said to Zach, I goes, this guy's been here like yesterday. He's been here all day. Zach just went, right, come on then, right, let's go. And just sat down and just had a mad conversation. Because I remember, Zach, the year, I think it was maybe a few months before, you were talking to me about how you've had a massive discussion with the Christian guy.
Yeah.
And bro, like when me and Zach going back and forward on WhatsApp, and Zach's showing me all the like arguments that he's had with them, and you can see my man's done this research, So, alhamdulillah, I've done the research, and I thought this is a perfect opportunity for Zach to sit down. And bro, like, how did that conversation go, bro?
Yeah, you know, it's one of the things that you see. You can deliver the message. You can be the best at delivering the message. And literally, I'd probably researched. This guy that I was talking to previously was a Unitarian, so he was probably the closest type of Christian you can get to Islam. And the guy had literally been researching Islam and everything to counter Islam for probably years. So I had to really get on. Like I was researching everything and coming back and forth with him for months. So when obviously the Christians were there in the thing, I literally had the verses in my head of the Bible. I had the verses of the Quran. I had the comparisons. I had the Council of Nicaea, literally the dates and everything. And one thing that's interesting is that how baseless a lot of the Christian religion is, unfortunately, specifically the ones that are Trinitarianism. And again, all of this goes back to what Abu Tayeb was saying. It's based on the Go Rap. Like everything, I always take it back to the Go Rap. Whether I will go on a tangent talking about Christianity or talking about the philosophy, whatever people are talking about, your key core message is Tawheed. Your key core message is bringing it back to God's oneness. So yeah, for me, the dawah, it's physically shaped who I am today.
I would agree with that.
Say again, bro.
I would agree with that as well. It definitely shaped who I was doing dawah, the Go Rap courses, the classes with IDC. Definitely 100% has shaped who I am today as well.
Alhamdulillah.
You know, one of the things that we really need, and I've been talking to like a good few people about this, and I think IDC could be really well placed to do this, is that, and it's one of we all have regrets when we look back in life. When I look back in school, and it reminds me of the saying of Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu anhu, where he said that I fear a time will come where basically the atheist, the person who doesn't believe, or the pagan will be proud, and the Muslims won't be. And I feel like we're so in that time now. And it's not because it's especially that, like when I remember being in school and everyone around you was a non-Muslim, you almost felt ashamed, like you felt to be different. But that's because we didn't understand our faith. That's because we didn't understand what we had in our hand. And if we were able to deliver this Go Rap training and to get people to understand what you've got and why it's the haqq and why it's the truth, I think it would change like the youth. I think it would change their lives, because all of a sudden it equips these people to feel, hang on a second, I'm not inferior. I've got the truth, and all these lot, they've got nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm really focusing on that with a lot of like, if I meet kids or if I see people in the masjid, like, you guys need to do this. You guys need to understand where you are. And when you understand what you've got, and then you can then articulate that and share it with other people, I'm telling you, it will transform. It'll transform the youth, but in turn, that will transform the dawah.
Of course.
That's amazing, that, brother. Is that you saying that you're going to start something up in IDC Borough for that? Is that what you were saying?
You got IDC Borough started up first, bro.
On that note, bro, there's a comment here. Vintage Angel says, I agree. Muslim youth are scared to be practicing now. It's interesting you say that, Zach, because we did this a while back, AT, when we did the Hype project.
Yes.
Where as part of the Hype project, it's like the summer camp, right? So what we had was a summer camp, and then we also had, as part of it, I delivered a Go Rap training for youth. So the arguments, the examples were very applicable to the young people, how they can articulate the Go Rap. So the examples we used, for example, were very simple and easy and basic examples to understand. Not only that, bro, but as you've done it before as well with me, right, or with us as well as IDC, one of the things that we have in IDC is the education department. And the education department, we go into schools and we deliver school workshops and we do the mosque visits. Oh yeah. So in all honesty, bro, you know those mosque visits and those school workshops, I've done a few recently, right? And I've seen certain transformations. Like, bro, when I'll give you 2 examples. Yeah, I went into a school in Yom, right? And I delivered the school workshop in Yom, right? And bro, like there were 2 Muslim kids in the class, right? And those kids were like when I said I'm going to talk about Islam, the 5 pillars, bro, their eyes lit up, and it was like, now's my time to shine. It's like, now I can actually talk about my deen, and their hands were going up, and the brother were getting off their chairs to answer questions, right? And it was like, you just felt that these guys had that like confidence and like motivation and boost to just talk about their deen.
Yeah.
Another example was I did another school workshop, and it was a very predominant white Christian school, right? And there was one sister, right? So like it was a full day course, right? It was a full day, like I do different classes and stuff, yeah. And in one of the classes, I was like, has anyone ever met a Muslim before? And they were like, I think I have. I think Naseem's a Muslim, isn't she? And I was like, well, it sounds like a Muslim name. And she was actually one of the kids in one of the classes, right? I don't think her name was Naseem, by the way. But we're protecting her identity anyway, right? But right, when her session was, so what I do in one of the sessions is I like, right, tell me what you know about Islam, right? I want everyone to get up and talk to each other and tell me what you know about Islam. Bro, her face lit up, right? Very shy, very timid little girl. Right, her face lit up because everyone was going to her for questions and answers, looking for answers, right? And subhanAllah, after the session, the teacher came to us and said, that's the most I've seen her like lively in that class. Like her confidence was boosted in that class. She wore hijab, but like she was the only hijabi in the village, like literally how it was. Like the only hijabi in the school. Huh?
Yeah.
Bro,
it has an impact, like being alone and like,
man.
You know, we're like herd animals. We like to be in jama'ahs, we like to be in congregations, we like to be with other people, man. Especially kids. And yeah, subhanAllah. Sorry, bro, carry on.
No, bro, and like the teacher came and she was like, she just went, thank you so much, because she's just come out of her shell from that. And bro, you're absolutely right. Bro, I mean, like, I remember when I was in school, like actually more at high school I got more confident talking about Islam because I'd learned a lot more, but definitely in middle school, you just wouldn't do anything. You'd just be like really shy about your religion and not want to like share it or articulate or talk about it. I remember going to high school, bro. I was like ready to argue. I was ready to debate like some of these guys in the library. I remember one time I was in the library debating one guy about Islam and Christianity. But it was like in middle school, it was like and there are people that are shy about their faith. And I think what some of the like going into schools and doing workshops, doing classes with mosque visits and that kind of thing, it really humanizes this religion. It humanizes Islam. It humanizes Muslims. And there's a massive greater confidence. There's a comment here from Sister Hafsa who said, when I was in primary school, I did a wudu demonstration and showed off my mini prayer mat in front of the class. I remembered feeling a bit awkward. Yes, subhanAllah, it feels like that. But I mean, us coming into the school, I think it's
massive, bro. Honestly,
that does it. It actually works really well. On that note, brothers and sisters, please do support the work that's going on. Go to supportidc.com. We have a Humanizing Islam. Richard Coupland said that's not a bad slogan for IDC. There you go.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Take that one.
That's not a bad one.
Copyright that. There's a donation that's come. New donation alert. We have a donation of £10.
MashaAllah.
Allahu Akbar.
Alhamdulillah. Any more?
That's it for now.
What's the total we're on now?
695.
All right, 695.
Okay, Zach, bro, let's get Zach on the big screen, yeah? No, let's get Zach on the big screen. Zach, do an emotional plea, bro.
Come on, bro. What do you think I am flipping some of these?
No, it's like
turn it on.
Zach, we're putting the cheap music in the background, bro.
Exactly, yeah. Let's do an emotional plea, bro. Look at the camera. Drop a tear, bro, and tell people why they should donate to IDC today.
I think people should. Oh, there you go, bro. Legit, my favorite department was always the education department, and this is one that we should 100% be supporting. And I think this should be the key pivotal figure as part of RDC strategy, because not like what we're if we look at the trends we're seeing in the world today of depression, of suicide, all these things are going up amongst the non-Muslim community, and I guarantee you that these kids, when they're older and they're going through these problems, there will be some of them that will be searching and they will remember that funny guy in the mosque, or they'll remember that time that someone came in. Because I'm telling you, the workshops that we do with IDC compared to, and like even now I'm doing them for other mosques and things like that, it's basically the IDC model of doing the school workshop. This is where I've learned it. And that compared to, like, I remember when you were in school, you'd go see a priest at the church, bro. You flipping wanted to run. Yeah. Like no other religion will deliver it like IDC delivering Islam to people. I mean, bro, you remember when we went to Whitby when we did a mosque workshop. If anyone's listening, we did a mosque workshop. There was so much heat on it that the parents pulled their kids out of school. Their parents threatened to come down, said we were gonna brainwash their kids. It's a bomb making. The parents came. By the end of the session, they were crying, saying we couldn't believe we thought like this. Went back. There was a massive infight between the parents, saying that you were wrong. The ones that didn't go say you weren't. We got invited back to the school. Now, imagine that you got primary school kids running up to me, grabbing my leg, saying, Zach, I want to be Muslim. I'm panicking, thinking, sugar man, MI5 is going to be here. They're going to arrest me. I'm like, this is nothing to do with me. It's IDC. But this is the type of impact that if you present the deen and you unlock the fitrah of that child at an early age, that later on in life, there is a massive chance when they're in trouble, when they're either suffering or going through something in their life, especially in today's world, that they will remember that time, the guy that spoke about Allah, spoke about what the message of Islam was, spoke about who the Prophet ﷺ was, and how they felt in the masjid lining up for the prayer, and how they, looking at the Quran and all these things. And that could be the catalyst. And we don't know what could be on your nisab, that if you donate today and you donate towards one of the school workshops, what could be on your scales in 20, 30 years' time. How many of those children, how many stories have we heard that someone's looking and they went, well, something clicked in my head, whether it's 9/11 or something clicked in my head, and what about Islam? That thing that clicks could be the school workshop that they had. There are so many children that I've delivered the mosque workshop, the school workshop to, and you can see the glint in their eyes from primary up to college students that I remember bringing this up with Abu Tayeb maybe like 3-4 years ago. A college student I delivered a workshop at found me on Facebook and messaged me, but I think they were under 16, so I didn't respond. So you've got these barriers of what you can and can't do, but you can see the impact in our session, messaging saying, like, I need more info on this. I need to know what to do. I need to know where to go, because they're yearning for something, and that school workshop can unlock the fitrah. So this is why everyone should be supporting IDC with as much or as little as they can. And if you can't support with money, you should be supporting with your time. Really, really should. You should, as at minimum, be taking the Go Rap program as an absolute minimum.
Jazakallah khair, bro. That's spot on advice, man. I think this is something we always talk about, Zach, isn't it? We want, if you can't support us financially, then join us, right? Give your time up, sacrifice something for the dawah. The dawah deserves that, right? So, this is something that we want people to get involved in. We can't expand the work that we're doing unless you get involved, unless you get behind it, unless you support it. We've actually seen the opposite when people don't support us, how the impact it has on us, right? So this is something that we have to work on and get people behind it, inshallah.
Dale, I've got a workshop for you as well. A lot of the lads after the Ira dinner wanted to do a workshop, so I'm gonna give you a shout, bro. It's probably about 10.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. You know the score, bro. Just let us know. Yeah, when you come back down Newcastle, bro.
Probably after Ramadan now, bro.
All right, fair enough.
We'll catch up.
Inshallah.
Brilliant. No problem. Zach, it was a
Nice
pleasure
meeting you,
hearing
Basti.
your voice, and honestly, the words of wisdom that you've given us is it's been a delight to hear. And
Sugar, these grey hairs are coming in use then, that's all right.
They really are they all really are.
All right, wise one. Calm down, mate.
Always a pleasure,
Yeah,
Zach,
please.
more kid. Always a pleasure, mate.
Exactly, guys. I'll speak to you, inshallah.
Zach,
All right, easy, bro. Assalamu alaikum.
oh, Zach, before you go,
He's gone. He's gone, bro.
You missed the questions, Lee.
He's asleep, bro. I'll tell you right now.
He's gone.
I'll tell you right now, for Zach, it's definitely sleep.
Go on.
Right.
What's the comments? What's the
Comments, Sister Hafsa said on the comments, also speaking to young kids helps them unite with Muslims as they get older, whether it be classmates or colleagues. These kids could come to a Muslim defense against discrimination. Yeah, good point. Alhamdulillah.
I mean, from these conversations, I really do like that idea of the Gorak for youth. I think it's really needed, because I remember from my days of youth, I wouldn't have been able to do that without a Gorak method.
Yeah.
I would not have had a clue. And like I said, I think if I'd probably had that, it would have probably instilled a bit more within me to kind of have confidence in myself as well as the religion. And I think I really like that idea. And this is one of the things that IDC, is why it's so important to donate to local charities rather than just sending your money abroad, is because you're building your own community. And like the sister just said, they're building a defense for Islam within your own community, as well as sending the money abroad. It's very important.
I think so. And this is what we were talking about earlier on. That, look, no one's saying don't support these international causes, but for me, it's very clear, man. You need to prioritize things, and you can do both. They're not mutually exclusive. You can still support international affairs and humanitarian causes, but you can't neglect the local work that's going on, no matter what it is.
100%.
I mean, I know some of the local masajid are doing some excellent work and programs and activities for the sisters, for the youth, for the adults. For it's not just providing a prayer space, right? You know, we need to be supporting these organizations on our doorstep because they affect us and our families directly. Do you see what I mean? So we need to, without the local support, we're not really going to be able to do what we need to do. And as a small charity, I mean, all due respect to the big charities, they all started off small at one point, and they've done well becoming big, right? Fair play to them. But if you spread your money out and support the local charities and get them sustained, right? They can then do their work, and then they can have something to build upon. We've been doing this for 20 years, bro. It's been a very long, hard struggle and a lot of sacrifice. Sacrificing our time, our money, our families, our sanity sometimes.
Definitely sanity.
You know, we sacrifice a lot to get to where we are now. And we should be much bigger than where we are now. Qadar Allah, mashallah fa'ala. So whatever Allah wills, we're happy with, right? But it's, you know, considering 20 years of doing this work as an organization, really we should be far further ahead than we are now. Not that we're not doing good work. There's amazing work happening. But, you know, we should be reaching a lot more people. And that's what Daniel said earlier. He made a good point. He said, that was an obligation, and we're just doing a drop in the ocean.
Yeah.
Right? We're just doing a drop in the ocean.
It's not wrong, man.
We can't say we're fulfilling the obligation because we're not. We need a lot more support, a lot more time from people, a lot more people doing the work, as well as getting the financial support to do it. The more people financially... Look, the reality is this. Let's just be real. Let me just be real for a minute, yeah? The reality is this. Everybody knows you need money to get things done in this society. Nothing is for free in this society. Let's just be real about that. You don't get nothing for free. We're going through a living crisis. People are struggling. Energy bills have gone up. Fuel costs have skyrocketed. So many things going on in our lives. And that is true. And imagine that's for you and your home. And everybody cuts back. Everybody cuts back on their charity. Everybody cuts back on their extra stuff that they don't need, and they're going back to bare basics just to survive. Who suffers from that? Think about this for a moment. People are cutting back from their extra expenses So maybe some people are stopping their Netflix accounts because it's an extra necessity, right? Because they got to pay their bills for heating and stuff, right? They're going to cut back on their charity, giving off charity. They're going to cut back on what they would consider the extra stuff. Yeah, it's hard for individuals and families, but imagine what the charities are going through.
Yeah, of course.
Imagine what the charity sector is going through right now, right? I'm not talking about the humanitarian charity. Even they've been feeling it as well, by the way, yeah? But imagine now what the local charities are suffering from, right? I'm telling you, some charities are going to close down because they can't afford to stay open anymore.
Yep.
The work that we do costs money, right? If I had my way, like we did in the early days, we used to just save a bit of cash and do it ourselves. On a small scale, you can do that. Anybody can do that, right? Save a bit of cash, do an activity, do an event, do whatever, bit of dawah, and that's it done. But is that fulfilling the responsibility?
Is that what the dawah deserves?
Exactly. I believe the dawah deserves a lot more than that, right? Than what even we're giving right now. I believe that. So if everybody's struggling, imagine the charities, how much they're struggling. Because the first thing that people usually stop giving their money towards is the small charities, right? Because they feel that they need it for themselves. But the reality is, from the Islamic perspective, charity does not diminish your wealth. That's what we're taught. That's the principles of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Giving charity does not diminish your wealth. How many stories are there in the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Examples of companions who had little or next to nothing to their name, yet they would still be zealous in giving charity when the opportunity arose. Because why? Because they knew the importance and the reward that comes from that. Maybe they might not see in this life, but they certainly will see in the next life if they're sincere, right? So people who had next to nothing still gave away what they had, little they had, because they understood the concept. It doesn't diminish their wealth. It gives them more money. It gives them more rizq. And rizq is such a big word, by the way. Rizq is not wealth, just wealth. Rizq is not just material wealth and money. Rizq is so many things. It can include your health, your wealth, your children, your your sanity, your mental state. It can include everything. There's so many things that rizq involves. So Allah can increase your rizq where it matters most. If you give charity, Allah will never let you go without. Allah will give you more. One way or another, you're going to get more. So yes, we're feeling the financial pinch right now, but we're blessed to be in a society where we're still going to be okay, inshallah. We're still going to be okay. Even if the prices have gone up, even if we, are struggling, we're still generally going to be okay, right? But you need to support your local dawah because it's an obligation.
You said generally we're going to be okay, but I'll go back to the point is, doesn't the dawah deserve more than just being okay?
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be okay, but the dawah deserves so much better. Sully gave the story before about being in them school workshops and inspiring the little Muslim kids in schools. You've had Sister Yusra come on, you've had the Revered sisters that have been there, that have been supported by IDC when they've had no one else to support them. Don't they deserve better? Doesn't the people in the dawah stall that have never spoken to a Muslim before, don't they deserve the best introduction to Islam that someone could get? Just being okay is not enough. But, Sully, what you got for us?
I got a donation.
Alhamdulillah.
New donation alert.
Oh, go on.
We have a donation of £25.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
That's meeting that one Deen challenge that we had before.
So 325 is, yeah?
Huh? Yeah, 325.
Yeah, so hold on. Hassan's left, so I've got to do the whole thing in the background
The
that he does.
calculations.
Yeah, all that stuff. Shman, we got a comment from AA. AA says, may Allah reward you, brothers.
Ameen.
Greetings to you, brothers, all the way from Libya.
MashaAllah. Who's that?
AA. What do you mean? Who's that? It's AA.
Who's AA? We know him, man. Did he used to be in Newcastle?
AA.
I think he studied in Newcastle,
AA says, true, nowadays things change. Not the Prophet, but Allah said, wait a minute. وَمَا أَنفَقْتُمْ مِنْ شَيْءٍ فَهُوَ You Kheflufu.
Okay. I can't see that. I can't read. Anyway,
things have changed.
I think this brother used to be in Newcastle. You know.
Yeah.
Is it? Can I say his name?
Who do you think it is?
Well, I only know one person who's Ayman.
He's not from Libya.
Who is he in Libya?
No.
Who do you think it is? AA.
Yeah. You need to clear this up now, bro. You need to clear this
Question
up.
from
Anyways,
Stafsat.
Go on then.
Who says, what effect do we think social media is having on Muslim youth at the moment, especially with the likes of TikTok?
Oh, no, we had that conversation
Do you
yesterday.
think it's a societal pressure? What advice would you give the youth, and why is it important for the youth to engage in charity?
Okay,
AA says, me from Libya.
Yeah, me from Libya. Go back to the first point, the first comment from
What
Hamza
effect
about TikTok? What
effect do we think social media is having on Muslim youth at the moment, especially with the likes of TikTok? Do you think there's a societal pressure? What advice would you give to the youth?
Get off TikTok. That's my advice to the youth. Get off TikTok.
Easy said and done.
The devil's playground, man. Get off it.
Tune into Dawah Dramas for answers. All right, there you go.
Why you say no? Bro, have you seen the filth on TikTok, bro?
There's filth everywhere, man.
I'm not on TikTok. I'm literally not on TikTok.
There's filth everywhere.
My advice to the youth: get off that nonsense.
But it's easier
Look, you
said
could
than
say
done.
that about anything, though.
Yeah.
Seriously, though, you could say that about Facebook. You could say that about Instagram.
So hell, there's a big difference
You could
between
say about
Facebook and TikTok,
Snapchat.
mate.
I'm
Trust
just
me on
saying,
that.
there's filth everywhere. You like there's filth on the internet.
There is filth on the internet, but you got to look. It's about management, right? It's
That's what I
about.
was going to go down.
It's there are some are worse than others. We know that. Okay, Facebook, yeah, it's got some issues, but nowhere near compared to what's on TikTok, bro. It's absolute filth on there.
It is, all right, and
especially with the way that the algorithms are set up.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's a nonsense. Anyway, what else was there? What was your second comment?
But to finish the point, though, the point is about managing it correctly. So whether you'll get sucked into that black hole of just going through the videos and swiping, it's having a set time. If you're gonna do it, have that set time that you know that you're gonna have to put your phone down and put it down, because you can't just go down that wormhole and just completely get lost in it. So it's about managing it, managing your own mental health, because when you get sucked into it, there's so much stuff on there. I've seen it with the beauty videos and these so-called halal relationships that they have on TikTok where they have husband and wife. It's managing your own mental health.
Honestly, man, it's
AA agrees and says TikTok is
thumbs down.
But like I said, everyone's got to have that downtime. You need them.
Yeah, man. Look,
but the thing is, but the thing is, it's interesting though about this thing as well, because like there are a lot of Muslims on TikTok as well. Now, I spoke to one brother, all right, and one brother. This was his not advice, but was his take on it all. He said, "Look, it's a platform that Muslims are using right now." So he goes, "I just upload the stuff and I don't even look at it. Upload and go back, turn it, switch it off, close it." And that's all he does because he doesn't want to go into it. Just uploads with his content and then leaves.
I remember someone saying that.
Yeah, I think it's me. We're doing it. It wasn't. I'm not the one. No, sorry, I don't mean me as in I'm the one doing it, but I'm the one who told you
bro,
about
there's
it.
so much nonsense on there.
£710 we're on, brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Come on, man. We got to get how much? What? 290 quid?
290. I
right,
calculated
lads.
290. Husky said it's 280.
All right,
but
guys.
I've got 290 on my
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Come on, 10 minutes to smash 290.
How are people? I've got some of you guys online. Just pledge. Put a pledge down.
We're going to finish in 10 minutes, so we need to get...
Look.
We need to get
290 in 10 minutes.
290, man. 10 minutes,
290,
guys. Come on. What's the matter with you people? I just explained it all to you.
Yeah.
Bassi's sick of listening to me saying the same thing.
No, I never get sick of listening about the passion towards the dawah, because like you said, it deserves the best.
Yeah, man. May Allah bless you all. Listen, may Allah bless you all and give you the tawfiq to be able to take the advice that we've been given, right? So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to hit our target tonight and inspire people to get in on some of this action, guys, to get in on some of the rewards. And by the way, if you want to get involved and you don't have the funds to do it, genuinely you don't have the funds to do it, give us your time then. Maybe you got some skills that you can offer us to help with the dawah. We'll take that. That's worth money, right? You've got time to help with the dawah. You want to get trained up to give dawah. Contact us, Newcastle@idcnortheast.org. Newcastle@idcnortheast.org.
New donation on it.
Oh, brilliant.
We got a new donation. We've got 2 donations.
MashaAllah.
Donation alert we have. Oh, hold on. Donation alert we have a donation of £20.
Yes.
Allahu Akbar.
And we have a donation of tenner.
Yes, Allah.
The geezer messaged me and said,
Nice.
1 second, I'll read it out. I'll donate a tenner. Add
Nice.
to tonight's turtle, please. What's the current turtle?
I wonder who that was from.
I said
I
it
wonder
in
who
his
that
voice.
Bro,
May Allah bless him. May Allah bless him. No, not. Why you got to say his
why
name?
are you supposed to go?
Oh my
Heard it.
days.
My
May Allah
name
bless
is
him.
You want to do it like anonymously and
Nah, he
stuff?
messaged
You know
me
what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
Private messaging and
Whoever
stuff?
it is, which sister, brother, it could be brother, could identify as them. I will not
No,
go
no,
there.
no, don't do that.
Okay.
You can't do
Let's
that to
not do
him.
that, please.
You can't do that to him. You can't do that to him.
All right, let me just tot up this. Wait a minute.
How much we got total?
10, yeah. Let me just get it. We just.
Anyways, while he's doing that, I mean, for all the viewers that have been watching,
40.
Jazakallah for your input, for the comments that you've done, for the people that came online, the sisters, for Zach, for Daniel, thank you for coming on. I mean, it's
Boom.
been a pleasure to be on the show today.
740.
740, alhamdulillah.
We're on 740. 260 left.
Come on, let's get someone to give £250
260
straight,
left.
man.
250. 1 second. There's some comments.
Who's going to give us 250?
Or like
Drop
I said,
250 right now.
or like I said,
Aki cheesecake.
if you're waiting for the last 10 nights, even if you just give a little bit now, and
Just
then
make
give the rest, yeah.
make an intention to donate it now. Let me know,
Yeah.
and I'll hold it on the.
No,
on the
that's not going to work.
Yeah, that's for the last
How's
10
that going to
nights.
work?
That's for the last.
How are you going to manage that? How are you going to track that?
Yeah. No. What we say now is just give a
can't
little
track
bit now. Let's hit our target for
Listen,
today, and then
listen.
we'll do your
No,
last 10 nights.
No, make your intention now. Tell us. He's got me phone. Tell us.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Oi. Assalamu alaikum. 2 more donations of 25 just came from one
Mashallah.
family, anonymous. Please make dua for their health. May Allah grant you good health and continue to give you good life.
And increase your wealth.
Do that
And
properly.
increase
Do
your
that
wealth.
properly.
I
Switch
mean-
your camera on. Put yourself on full screen.
Yes.
And do a nice dua for them.
So 225 just came in.
Yes, that's 50.
Brilliant. Go on camera, Sonny. Give a nice, emotional. Basti will do the soundtrack.
So to those who have donated to the £25 each, the family from one family, 2 more donations of £25 each. Yeah, may Allah reward you, brothers and sisters. May Allah grant you good health. May Allah increase you in your wealth, and may Allah give you the best in this life and in the hereafter. Ameen.
Jazakallah for that donations.
Right, let me just tot this up again. Where are we?
Yeah. So like,
You had a comment on this. Or someone had a
Can I do one thing
okay.
once?
one thing that I
Can I do one thing once?
How much is that?
Is that all right? I don't know if you mind.
Multitask, man. What's the matter with
Okay,
you
I'll
guys?
multitask and do 3 things at once.
Multitask.
Wait, man.
It has been a pleasure to be on tonight.
Alhamdulillah, it's been a good session.
It's been a good interaction from the viewers.
I was happy that the team joined in, man. I was jumping on.
Mashallah, man.
Yeah, it was
Big
nice.
up to the team coming on
It was
the
good.
stream.
Right, so
Old school and the new school.
That's one of the things about IDC is that we haven't mentioned is that we've mentioned stuff about the new Muslims, how we support the new Muslims.
Yeah.
But the actual IDC family, not
Yeah,
just the
man.
team, the IDC family, how the brothers have supported the brothers and the sisters have been there to support the sisters. It has
Yeah.
been one big family, mashallah. tabarakallah.
That's true, you know.
Honestly, personally, hearing yourself, I've been like all the brothers to myself.
Alhamdulillah.
And I've been mentored by them too as well. There's been a lot of language and tears.
Slaps. I've given you plenty of slaps, Passy, over the years.
But honestly, and for those who are thinking of volunteering,
Yeah,
you know
man.
what? It's even if you want to kind of take a step away from the current path that you're on and want to go back onto the right path.
Yeah, man.
There is a family here that can support you. And one of the main things is when I was thinking about leaving my old boys, and I thought I'm going to be alone when I start
Yeah.
practicing. It was not the case. There was a good family that supported us from all different backgrounds. And it is
Mashallah.
one of those things that should never hold you back. Is that there is people to support you. So if you do want to join in with the dawah, you do want to make a change, then there are people here to support you.
Yeah, man. Alhamdulillah. How much we got left now to do, bro? 190, yeah?
I think I messed up somewhere.
I think so as well. Can someone just give us straight 200 quid? How about that?
No, hold on.
Make
We were on
intention.
40.
Yeah, minus
50 came in.
So that's 790.
790. Sorry.
So that's
Hold
How
on.
about, mate?
210.
Hold on. Yeah. No, I messed up. 790.
Did you have that tenner that we did before?
90. No, it's done. It's done. 790 we're on, and we've got left to. Where's it gone?
Someone drop a tenner. Please, someone just drop a tenner on that.
Drop a tenner.
Round it up. Keep it a nice.
We need
even
someone
number.
drop 200
That
quid.
makes 210 left to smash our target.
Someone,
of a
come on,
grand.
200 quid. We've got how long time?
About 5 minutes.
Papa, your maths.
5 minutes.
Bro, maths is atrocious, bro. I even got a calculator. I'm messaging Husky.
All right, okay.
I even got the calculator and I still got it wrong.
Mate.
Yeah, that's maybe
Oh,
maybe
what's the one
maybe we
Funny
need.
thing is, I don't know why I'm sending a voice note to him.
You can
because
just send it in there.
he's watching the stream, and I'm sending a voice note now to tell him I'm watching the stream. I don't know what's going on, bro.
It's been a
It's
good night.
late.
It's been a good night, Hamza. But I think that the purpose of today was, to raise funds for the dawah to keep us going.
Yeah, man.
But to also have a reflection on where Ramadan's been so far. And that's you said yours was a sleep, wasn't it? Yours was sleep. Let me clarify. Mine wasn't really necessarily food. It was.
Yeah, it was, bro. Don't even give me that, man. I've seen you when you're hungry, bro.
Bro, you're hungry.
Bro, you get next level when you're hungry, bro. It's like.
Yeah. No, bro, I get a nini in me. I get good ninis. I get a good napping whenever I can.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a good nap today. 25-minute nap before Maghrib. Well, it was like 7 o'clock ish.
Yeah.
No, it was about 6:30 ish. A good 25-minute nap. Although I got woke up early.
Yeah.
Because you. No. So let me say it. Right? So when you've got a timer set, right? My timer was set for 25 minutes. I thought, I'd get a 25-minute nap in, right? My wife woke me up at 24 minutes.
Oh, you'd be like.
Bro, I was so upset.
Stole me up that minute.
I was so upset. I was like, you just took a minute away from me. You know what I did because of it? I added 5 more minutes.
No, man.
I added 5 more minutes. Of course.
That's brilliant.
Bro.
Just robbed you of a minute, bro.
Honestly, I was so upset. I even got the food late because of that. But you know what? That's not my fault. It's your fault for waking me up a minute early. Why wake me up? Don't wake me up. Leave me. I've got the alarm.
Because in case you sleep through.
It's set. The alarm is set.
Yeah,
she woke me up when
you're going to press snooze.
I'm not going to get the food. I looked at my time. I go, but I've got time left.
It was 60 seconds.
You're press snooze.
And then I looked at it and it's like 35 seconds. I was like,
What's 35 seconds, man?
No.
Yes, bro, that could have been some proper.
No,
mother of a dream.
You're being rude now. You're being rude.
No, because
you're being rude now.
You're just gonna, if you're in the middle of the thing, you're just gonna press snooze and you can do another.
Listen, you're being rude. That's 35 seconds is very important.
No, it's not.
Right?
I feel that because when I'm at work, so I start work at 7:30 in the morning. So
I can imagine you're a grumpy owl get you when you're hungry. I can imagine you at work you're a proper grumpy owl get.
I'm up at 6:30, so when it comes to about 12:30, 1 o'clock while I'm at work, I'll go into my car. I did this last year as well. I go into my car. I got blacked out windows. I blacked out my windows specifically so I could be having naps in my car.
Nice.
I did this last year in Ramadan. Because the first few days I was sitting in my car and I could see out the windows. So I went and got them blacked out for that specific reason I could have naps in my car. Now half an hour nap on my lunch.
Papa, I got a comment. Fundraising manager, if you're watching this, Brother Richard, Ali said it's stopping me from supporting because I don't have a UK phone number.
Oh, come on.
Brother Ali, if you have PayPal.
Do a bank transfer?
I'll explain.
Oh, go on.
No, go on. In fact,
you can explain.
Just do +44 11111.
Does that work?
I don't know, does it work?
If he's out of
we take PayPal. If you actually go to the donate link at the bottom, there's different ways in how you can donate. So there should be a golden giving page that you can donate to. I don't think they'll need a phone number. Yeah. You can do a PayPal. You can do a bank transfer, which is another way to do it. So you could actually make that transfer as well. So those are different ways in how you could actually.
Come on, Ali, bro. We need 210 quid. Yeah. Save the day. We've got 2 minutes.
Yep.
To do 210 quid. Let's get that 210 quid in, inshallah.
Just as long as you put your emails down so we can keep in touch with you. And you can
Let's do it.
Right. So there's a few
there was some comments before from Sister Gigi, wasn't there? What did she say?
I'll get to them.
No. Oh, well.
All right. The question here was, what kind of cheesecake is it?
Cheesecake?
It was a crunchy caramel cheesecake, which was actually delightful.
Delightful.
Cheesecake.
It was delightful.
Sister Gigi says, sadly, social media can be seriously dangerous.
Yeah, man.
People seem to take Islam from clueless people
who
have a large following and dismiss those of real knowledge. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all. I agree with that.
Yeah, we had this conversation.
I agree with that completely. Yeah, unfortunately, the reality is something different.
Yeah.
And I think the reality of it has always been, not always, I can't say always, but it's been the case in recent times that people have always followed those with a lot. In fact, well, let's just say it. People will follow the people with a large following. The people follow Dajjal because he's got a large following, right? There was a
not that we're calling those Muslims Dajjal.
No, astaghfirullah.
I'm just clarifying.
Hold on, I'm just
in case
saying.
we get some mad reputations that we're saying that
refute me.
big celebrity speakers, Muslim speakers are like Dajjal.
Well, then they're saying that I'm saying that they are jahil. I didn't say that either. Why are you going to say I think you're jahil? I didn't say you're jahil.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying to the people who think I'm saying that.
Some people might say.
I'm saying that this is. Have you seen there was a Netflix series on that?
About the Dajjal.
Yeah, and that's like they're just following because they're following. But anyway, that's side.
Yeah, I saw that.
Anyway, moving on.
And what are the comments on that? Because we're going to wrap it up.
Please make dua for our beloved brothers and sisters in occupied Palestine.
May Allah protect them.
I mean, isn't there a hadith about knowledge not coming from accurate sources?
About the ignorant, following the ignorant ones.
What is the tutal?
What's the total?
That's you saying total. All right, total. The total.
The 790.
Here's a hack. Start work early so you can finish early and have all the naps. But
what?
Don't you do early starts anyway?
Sister Hafsa saying a hack is to start work early so you can finish work early.
No, because I do longer during the week, so then I get a half day on Friday. So after Jummah, I'm free.
Oh, okay.
So
just take Jummah off, bro.
Yeah, well, then I have to work even longer, but I don't know. Bro, honestly,
I'm all for 4-day working weeks, you know. I think it should be a 4-day working week.
I know there's people that implement that, and
I'm saying 4-day working weeks, bro.
4-day working week?
Yeah, I'm all for it.
On it.
Be more productive,
That's like
more efficient, do extra hours if you need to.
I used to be in Sunderland, man. Oh, man.
Anyway, when we wrapping the show up, we hit our target or what?
I've got, let me finish these comments.
Go on in.
It's just Gigi also said they can pay through BTC, which
Bitcoin,
doesn't require an email or a number. Yeah.
Bitcoin.
BTC.
Gigi is our Bitcoin specialist, advisor, whatever it's called.
Wallet. She's the wallet. The Bitcoin wallet.
There's another sister who said, if someone gave £1 for every time you both say, yeah, man, there'd be 100 quid.
Yeah, man.
From Sister Omaima. Yeah, man.
That sounds like that. What's that guy on Chunks' mate? What's his name?
Yeah, man. Philly.
Philly. Yeah, Philly.
Please bring the cheesecake to Eid. Just to have
it's not going to last till Eid. Trust me, it ain't going to last till Eid. This ain't going to last till Fudge time, mate.
It's got best before by 13.
I was talking about my work, to be fair. All right. Hafsa to make Gigi a cheesecake. Gigi's saying, Hafsa, make Gigi a cheesecake.
Okay, go.
Okay.
I can't make tap water, mate. Gigi, miss you. Vintage Angel, Gigi, miss you. Is this a social gathering or something?
This is turning into a mother's meeting, man.
Miss you too, Sarah. Ooh, you just told her what everyone's name is. You just told what Vintage Angel's name is. Miss you too, Sarah. Like you should have said miss you too, Vintage Angel. But hey, it's all good.
Andy, have we hit our target or what?
No, we haven't hit our flipping target.
210 pounds. What's wrong with you people?
Alhamdulillah. We did quite well. If you want to carry on donating,
it says here, if anyone donates in next 5 minutes, what happens? This is Vintage Angel.
I'll tell you what happens. We go home and we can go and have our suhoor.
She said, if anyone donates in the next 5 minutes, I will make a lotus cheesecake.
Mashallah.
Okay, now wait. What do you mean? For yourself? Are you going to make a lotus cheesecake for yourself?
No,
or for the person who donates?
Or for us.
What's lotus?
Or
for us.
Lotus biscuit. Is it not what they're called? Lotus biscuit.
Lotus. It's not lotus.
What are they called?
Yeah, lotus is the little biscuit in it.
Biscoff.
Oh, yeah, the little red.
Hoid on the top.
Biscoff that you have that you get on airplanes and stuff.
So it's like that cheesecake, but with the
Biscoff
thingy on it.
Did someone say Oreo biscuit? Not lotus.
I hope this cheesecake lasts till Tuesday, please.
No chance. No chance.
Like I said, 13th.
What's the date today?
I might take it home.
13th is.
You don't take it home. You know that's all. That's against the rules. That's against the rules.
How's that against the rules?
It's fair game in the office.
Oh.
That's the rules.
Yeah. 13th.
So fair game
in
the
office.
office.
Home last time.
Sorry.
I took them olives.
You broke the rules then. You have to make Toba.
Oh, you can bring some back. You gotta bring them back. Oh, olives for next week. Oh, olives and some hummus.
All right, pal.
Yeah, man.
For next week.
What else we got?
Yeah, man. Let's do that.
Get another cheesecake. The staff room is closed for you guys. Okay. We ain't got allowed back in the staff room.
In the middle. Right. So cool. Should you wrap up?
Right,
no, hold on. I'll make glab jamun for next £2,200 donation today.
With ice cream.
I don't. Where are you making this stuff, and who's getting it?
We're
Are you
getting
making
it
it for
for us.
yourself or
It's
what?
for us. It's for us.
How are we getting it for the person who made the donation? Well, how does that?
Because we
how
don't know
does
where the
that
person's going to be,
Well,
and then they have to. So
but how does that
somebody has to-
incentivize the person who's donating?
because they're feeding us.
Yeah.
They get
They
rewards
don't
for
care
feeding.
about that.
They get rewards for feeding us.
Who care about that? I don't care about that. I don't care.
You can't. To be fair, though, you can't beat gulab jamun with ice cream. Hot gulab jamun with
I don't know, you know.
vanilla ice cream.
You know, for
It's
dessert,
it's beautiful, man.
so my missus made some Oreo fudge the other day. That was banging.
Wait a minute, hold on, talk to me. What do you mean about Oreo fudge?
Oreo fudge. That was banging.
How do you make Oreo? How do you make fudge?
Condensed milk, Oreo biscuit, white chocolate, easy recipe. Bang that all.
Calm down.
And
Calm down.
why were we
Calm
not?
down, mate.
Why were we not privy to this Oreo fudge?
Where was the invitation?
I know.
There you go.
Wait, mute your mic for a second. 1 second. Sorry, let me just cuss him out off air.
No. I'm sure everyone heard that. I'm sure that got picked up
No
on
one
the
heard
way.
that.
I'm
Anyone
sure
hear that?
got picked
Anyone
up.
hear that? No one heard
I'm
it.
sure I got. Matter with you?
I didn't say anything. What do you mean?
It's Ramadan.
I didn't say anything.
Behave yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right, listen. So I'll make. Hafsa's going to make tap water for the next £200 donation.
Make tap water.
Tap water.
You can't
Gigi
make tap
says
water.
Donor and IDC team get gulab jamun made at home with fresh milk, not the fake stuff. So
Homemade
the
gulab
donor,
jamuns.
if the next person, AA from Libya, if you could donate right now, and then Gigi has to then
Post
get
it on
you
to-
gulab jamun, fresh gulab jamun. Yeah.
No, but those gulabs are jamming though. To be fair.
Glabs or jam. You smashed it there. That's the wrap. That's the mic drop to wrap up there.
No, they
You
are
smashed
jamming.
it.
I tell you.
You smashed it.
They are. No, they are.
Those glabs are jamming.
Ooh, no. Do you know what's better than that?
Go on.
The caramelized pineapple slices we get after steak.
Oh no, man.
After steak.
No, man. No, man.
Bro.
Cinnamon.
Friday night.
I'm not a pineapple man.
Cinnamon grilled pineapple slices.
I've
No,
never
man.
eaten pineapple.
I've seen it.
After that, we had that steak.
Yeah.
Grilled.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
Bro, boy,
No, that's good. That's
Right.
good.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we
done.
finished or are we done yet?
No.
Are you finished? Are we done?
Are we finished or are we done?
I'm gonna go home and think about that steak and.
All right, alhamdulillah. Right, let's wrap it up there. Any more comments? Is that it, Bas?
Bas, yeah.
Okay, Jazakumullah khair, everybody. So what's the final total? 800 quid?
What was I saying? 790.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Now, on a serious note, may Allah bless every single person that donated. That is going to help us immensely, inshallah, for some of our work that we're doing. We'll be back when? What, go on?
Ali just said, I just put in £100 to the IDC Northeast.
Allah Akbar, mashallah. Ali, you are a
guy. What a guy.
Ali, you are a legend, man. What a legend.
Ali.
Jazakallah.
So we're on what, 890?
Hold on. Gigi. You Ali some gulab jamun?
Ali, where you from, bro?
Ali, where you from, bro?
Tell us where you from.
Yeah, if you can drop some details.
Which area? Are you in the UK?
If you're in the
You
UK.
said not in the UK because your UK number didn't work. You didn't have a UK number.
Oh, was that the single? I thought it was
That was Ali.
Okay, which country you from, Ali?
Aronson?
No, Ali.
Oh, okay.
It is from Libya.
Yeah.
They've got Guinea-Bissau.
Gigi goes, I said 200, not 100. Well played, Sister Gigi.
Well
played.
played.
Fantastic show. Allah Mubarak. Like the good old TLS days.
Yep.
Alhamdulillah. He needs to add another 200. He needs to add another 100. No, Ali, Jazakallah khair for your donation. May Allah bless you
May Allah reward you.
for your donation. Alhamdulillah. I really
Amazing.
appreciate it. May
May
Allah,
Allah bless you and your family and give you, increase your rizq and give you more wealth that you can imagine. More wealth than you can imagine. May Allah bless you and your family.
Please, Ali, if you're not already, please follow the Facebook and Twitter for IDC so you can see where your donation is going to and the work that IDC will be doing throughout the year. So just keep tabs and check up on us and keep in touch.
Yeah, man.
And let us show you what work we are actually doing with the donations. And likewise to everyone else that donated, please keep in touch with our socials and let us carry on showing you what work we are doing with the donations that are coming in. So Jazakallah. I'll let you wrap up.
That's it. Let's do it. Jazakallah khair, everybody.
I'm on a Hoya video on
of
the 4 reasons why to support IDC.
Yeah.
Check out Danny. All right, guys.
And
Assalamu
keep
alaikum.
donating. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum. Here's 4. Oh, that's 8. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Here's. I'm just not coming. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, fellow. Assalamu alaikum. Here's 4 reasons why you should donate to IDC. Reason number 1. IDC is the only full-time Dawah organisation in the northeast of England. Brothers and sisters, Dawah, sharing the message of Islam with non-Muslims, is an obligation. We have been dedicated to doing this for over 20 years, whether it be on the streets, in schools, organisations, events, exhibitions and much more. Please help us to continue doing it for another 20 years. Reason number 2. We challenge stereotypes and remove misconceptions. Through our many interactions with the non-Muslim community, we change people's perceptions of Islam for the better. We meet so many people who have a huge misunderstanding about what Islam is. There is so much misinformation, lies and hatred about Islam. Our goal has always been to combat these head on. Reason number 3. We support new Muslims. Alhamdulillah, from our dawah, we have many people who accept Islam. Our new Muslim support team helps new Muslims in their journey, from the moment they take their Shahada to educating them about the basics and integrating them into the Muslim community through special social gatherings. We can also support them financially through Ya Zakah if they are in dire need. Reason number 4, taking the burden off you. I said that Dawah is an obligation. It is an obligation. It's an obligation to tell non-Muslims about Islam. If you can't do it for yourself, then support us so that we can do it for all of us. Please go to supportidc.com and help us to continue our work.